dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Daniel Rodriguez did a sensational job the other night on the anthem, and again tonight. Tampa Bay resident Daniel Rodriguez gets us started. Let's have a look at those starting netminders, Chief.
Well, then they've been very, very good. Marc-Andre Fleury, as you see those numbers, puts him in the top 5 in goals against and save percentage in the playoffs thus far. Dwayne Rolison, his numbers are equally as strong. And he also in the top 5 in those GAA and the save percentage. Ken Bilesma behind the bench for the Penguins, and Guy Boucher behind the bench for the Lightning. Both of them are very good at in-game adjustments, and that's something that they've had to do throughout the first 3 games.
Now the referees for tonight's game, Kevin Pollock is working with Chris Lee. The referees, Brian Murphy and Tim Nowak, again are the linesmen. And the Lightning will open with Vinny Lecavalier between Nate Thompson, Marty St. Louis, Matthias Olin, Brett Clark on defense. And the line that we talked about, Max Talbot in the open, but Chief, that was a line that played quite a bit, took some ice time away from some other combinations, as effective as they were with Pascal Dupuis and Chris Connor. Aaron Asham opening on right wing on this group, as back to the puck, it's Matthias Olin. Pass ahead for Thompson. Chris Letang trying to get a piece of him with a hip check. Chris Thompson shooting. Saved by Fleury. Rebound is cleared away into the hands of Letang. He skates into center, and the Penguins change. Mike Lundin. Dominic Moore flips it in. John Bergenheim works with him on left wing. And now Teddy Purcell joins the play on right wing. Here's a shot by Bergenheim. A save by Fleury. Bergenheim, the club leader, with 11 shots on goal.
We talked about, and I talked with the coaches a bit about the ability to get to the rebounds because they are there. Watch this very first shot. Thompson takes the shot. Look at where the rebound comes, all the way out to the bottom of the circle, and they're very deft in knocking it away. Again, we point out that Fleury gives up a lot of rebounds because he gets to so many shots.
Steven Stamkos wins the faceoff. Victor Hedman across. Pavel Kavina with a blast that missed the net. Eric Tangradi filling in for Chris Kunitz, out with that 1-game suspension. They were brought to the Penguin organization together in a trade a couple of years ago for Ryan Whitney from the Anaheim Ducks. So Tangradi stepping in for Kunitz tonight as we update you on the players in and out of this lineup.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a whole team there on Pittsburgh's side. They've got a lot. Kunitz and Cook are suspended, as is Steve Downey for the Lightning. Jones and Bergeron are pretty close to coming back. And there you see young Tangradi behind that stick. We've only played 1 game since February. This will be the second one. In fact, it was the last game against Atlanta.
He was out with a concussion and came back, picked up an assist in that regular season finale, where Mike Comrie, the other healthy forward who would be available for this game, also played. And Dan Bilesma electing to go at Tangradi. He'll go 6'4", 221. a youngster who Bilesma says skates pretty decently to go along with that size. Pass up the middle, ends up with James Neal trying to hand it off. Tyler Kennedy shoots it wide. Neal joining this line with the absence of Kunitz. And Tangradi, in the warm-up in any case, was scheduled to skate with Mark Letestu and Alex Kovalev.
The passing has to be very, very sharp as well. Sometimes it's a little bit off. You got to be careful, especially with those feather passes. You know, Pittsburgh gets in the passing lanes very quickly and very astutely in the offensive zone. That's one of the reasons in those 2 wins that they've been able to keep some sustained pressure in the Lightning zone. Even that missed shot, you saw Letang come all the way down to the half wall to expecting that shot to miss, and he was there to keep the puck on.
There's a drive by Matt Niskanen, blocked by Dana Tyrell. It's held into the point. And Lovejoy in behind the net to Mike Rupp, part of this fourth line that has really contributed to the success of the Penguins thus far in the series. Lovejoy dumps the puck back in. Olin takes it. And we've got a delayed penalty now with Asham and Bergenheim separated. And let's see what the call is going to be from Kevin Pollock. And it looks like it's Asham who's marching off to the box.
Pittsburgh's coach Dan Bilesma has talked about maintaining your cool. Make sure you keep
45
the other
Pittsburgh,
cheek
2 minutes cross check.
And that is something that you don't want to have happen, is give the Lightning a chance early in the game on the power play. 2:06 the time. Their power play, only Vancouver's power play is better than the Lightning so far in this playoff. Lightning at 36%, just over 36%.
Tampa Bay 4 of 11. Canucks 4 of 10. That's the only difference. Face-off won by Adams. The battle for that puck gets tipped out by Adams, and Steven Stamkos will get to it first. He and Eric Brewer work behind Lecavalier, Simon Gagne, and Marty St. Louis. St. Louis has 3 power play goals, and he charges into that Penguin zone. Slams on the brakes. Lecavalier cross to Brewer. Stamkos looks. Lecavalier couldn't get the one-timer underway. Stamkos does. Fires it just wide. Glutz on a flurry. Gagne retrieves it. 4 assists in the series thus far for Gagne. Brewer with 4 points thus far. Stamkos with a shot that's blocked by Adams. Stamkos sends it across. Brewer will have to take it off the boards. Hurried by Pascal Dupuis. Zdeněk McCulloch comes up with it. Barely able to get it out over the line. The Lightning don't have to go far to regroup with 1:10 to go in the penalty. St. Louis leaving it. Stamkos with it. He's got a man in front by the time he sees Gagne. That pass tipped away to the corner. And St. Louis bumps a man out of the way to come up with a puck. Feeding it to Stamkos. Brewer, watched by Talbot, rips it. It's deflected wide by Lecavalier. Tried to bank it in off Fleury. That didn't work. McCulloch hits Gagne with a clearing pass. Second try, and the Penguins will get a change. 42 seconds to go in the power play.
The ironic thing about these special teams, Pittsburgh had the best penalty-killing team throughout the season, and the Lightning's power play has actually owned them in 2 of the 3 games.
And as Bilesma points out, Lightning with the second most number of power play goals in the regular season, second only to the Canucks. Puck fired off the boards by Kabina, back through center. Bilesma talked yesterday about how well the Lightning have been able to funnel pucks at Fleury, since it hasn't been real fancy. He says maybe we could take a page out of their book or learn from them, because the Penguins 0 for 15 so far in this series. But time winding down and now running out on this opportunity with Asham returning to the ice.
A couple of good chances, but no shots on goal.
Matias Ritola, who saw action in one Red Wing playoff game last year, on the ice right now for the Lightning, number 21. And with a puck, it's Nate Thompson. Blair Jones took the line rushes in the warm-up. Ritola did not. Marc-Andre Bergeron did not. We're told that Bergeron is healthy and available. And it's Ritola who gets the call to fill in for the suspended Steve Downey. Bouncing puck, Ritola bumped into the boards there by Tangradi. Both new arrivals to play in this series come together there. And Ritola loses his helmet. He'll head to the bench. Lovejoy with a pass out to center to Kovalev. Lundin doesn't give him much room to operate. Victor Hedman off the boards, and it deflects over the glass, out of play.
You take a look, Tangradi had the bigger body. They had Mike Comrie as well able to come out, but they went for the bigger guy. But This is a really a good play by Lundin. See, we talk about the gap, and that's the key thing with Mike Lundin. He made sure that Kovalev couldn't stop and go the other way. That guy is so tricky. You got to make sure he's going the one way. And when he did try to stop, the puck was behind Lundin. He just stayed with the man. And that's a key factor for the Lightning when they get in that zone. They got to get their players up on that man with the puck a little bit faster and a little closer.
Of course, if coaches could figure this out every game, as some would say, we'd be on an island enjoying a cold drink right now. Here's a shot that's deflected wide, but that's exactly what the Lightning did. One of the many good things they did in Game 2 when they responded from losing the first game, Chief, and they won Game 2 5-1. The mystery is getting that same play in those situations every single game. You got to stay a step ahead of the posse.
Exactly. Boy, I'll tell you what, and you know, interesting thing when Dave Antrik talked about in the pregame show about that second and third effort. That is imperative in playoff hockey.
Well, Letang hit it out of the ballpark. He flipped it over the end glass. You've enjoyed watching the Lightning in the playoffs. Next season, watch in person at this season's prices. Season ticket prices have been frozen for next season. A lot of people are going all in right now. You can too, as great seats are still available. Find out more at 813-301-6600 or online at TampaBayLightning.com.
Yeah, more and more of those shots are going out of over the glass, Rick, because of the lively puck. Back in the day with the dead puck, they didn't go over as much.
Well, the wind's not blowing out there. Pascal Dupuis works to get it in front, goes forehand, sends it off the stick of Rolison, gets it right back. Into the corner. Asham looking for Talbot, and Kavina digs in. Asham has produced a point in every game of this series, and thus the promotion to a line that's, no matter what, going to see more ice time with Talbot as well as Dupuis. And three playoff veterans combined there, and very feisty types who can add a lot of dimensions to the team's game. And that's certainly a hallmark of the Bilesma coach Penguins.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor in tonight's game for Pittsburgh. Is how do you replace those 17 minutes that Kunitz has average? And the only guy that's averaging more ice time as a forward is Jordan Stahl, who's up over 19.
He's out head-to-head with Lecavalier right now. Kennedy's shot was blocked by Brewer. Neal let it go at the side of the goal and kept away from the front of the net by Rolison. It's played off the glass by Lundin. An icing call is upcoming here with nearly 7 minutes gone here in this first period. For complete coverage of the game and in-depth analysis of the coaches and players, turn to the newspaper, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and their fans, the St. Petersburg Times, Florida's largest newspaper.
Right now, I mean, to me, Rick, it looks very much similar to the first game. Both teams playing a very, very determined, cautious defensive style.
That shot by Brooks Orpik fired wide. Letang holds it in. Boy, each member of that defense tandem has produced 3 assists thus far in the first 3 games. Lead pass for Lecavalier. Across the line, he tries to run over Letang. Thompson gets in for the puck, and we're going to get a penalty here to Lecavalier. So it will be Pittsburgh's turn on the power play with no score in the opening period.
Until they make a tank that's street legal, this'll have to do. The 2011 Toyota Tundra. There's tough, and there's Tundra tough. Lease a new 2011 Tundra Double Cab for $269 a month plus $500 customer cash, and get Toyota Care.
the mess, find the shoe. Where are my keys? I have no clue how to plan the family fun. There's just no time. I'm on the run.
Find family fun fast at tampabay.com/things to do. Whether you're looking for free local events, live music, date night ideas, or restaurant reviews, find everything you need to plan fun fast at tampabay.com/things to do.
That was easy. I saved time, and I didn't spend a dime. With a click, I'm Supermom. Thanks a lot, tampabay.com.
A packed house at the Forum. NHL playoff action underway indoors as the Bay Area experiences record temperatures outside, better than 90 degrees and quite humid, what makes it tough to build ice. Yet there's a dehumidification system in place, pumping cool, dry air into the Forum, 17,000 cubic feet of air per minute through tubes, forcing the hot, humid air out of here. The NHL's official ice report following Game 3, attested to by both teams, that the ice was very good. Tampa Bay head coach Guy Boucher told us this afternoon there wasn't a single word of complaint he has heard from his team. So the crew here and the ice chief, Tom Miracle, Rick and Chief, have done the miraculous. They've made ice on the bay.
Yeah, without a swivel stick in it, Paul. That's the best thing about it. So
Lightning killing a penalty, a holding call to Vinny Lecavalier. Game at 7:19 in Pittsburgh on the power play. As we mentioned, they have been blanked in 15 opportunities coming into this chance. And Chris Letang trying to wind it up for Pittsburgh. His pass anticipated by Moore, held in by Neal. Back for Letang. Across to McCulloch, he shoots. And Rolison got a piece of that, deflects out of play. 1:13 to go in the penalty to Vinny.
one thing that Pittsburgh is probably going to try and do, and we've seen it from, you see McCulloch right there. He'll come down to that face-off socket and try to use that shot. It went off the goalpost as well as his arm, but it was a very similar idea what they used to do with Stamkos. He had all those power play goals and set him up off on the weak side and try to get him the pass where he can one-time it. McCulloch has a good shot.
Kennedy walks off the boards, closing and shooting, he scores! Tyler Kennedy breaks through on the power play for Pittsburgh, and they have the 1-0 lead.
Face-offs, boy oh boy, every single time Pittsburgh's controlled the play in the zone, they've won the face-off. Again, it was another one of those team draws. All that the Testu did was tie up the draw, and this shot went right underneath the arm of Rolison on the short side to get Pittsburgh their very first power play goal.
Now Kennedy had the game winner the other night to make it 3-2. That was the eventual final score. He scores with a man advantage here. And the Lightning have to respond, not only down 2-1, but trailing 1-0 as it's played in by Talbot. Victor Hedman. Lightning eventually crawled out of a 2-0 hole the other night with a pair of power play goals by Marty St. Louis. But Pittsburgh quickly scored after the game became a 2-2 deadlock and went on to the 3-2 win. Dupuis checked by Simone Gagne. Brian Malone over 4. Steven Stamkos with him, he'll chip it in. Fleury sends it around the glass. Gagne anticipated that puck's arrival. He turns in the corner. It's roughed up a little by Orpik. Malone in after it. Matt Niskanen pursued here by Stamkos. It's played off the boards and back to the Lightning end.
Very seldom have we seen Pittsburgh lose draws or lose the battle on the wall in their zone. That's what made it's difficult for the Lightning as well to sustain pressure.
Bergenheim's shot was blocked. It's gloved by Stahl. And a collision St. Louis knocked down by Neal. And back at center ice, Brett Clark holds off a pair of Penguins. Lightning enter that zone. Here's Bergenheim off the board shooting, and it's deflected as Stahl arrived on the scene in time to deflect that shot out of play. Zdeněk McCulloch, Mark Letestu get the assists on Kennedy's second at 8:14.
You know, you talk about face-offs, you talk about team wins. The winning goal by Kennedy last night, or on Monday night, was a team win when he jumped in there to get it back to the point. Same thing here. They jumped on that loose puck, got it back to the point, and the shot resulted in the lead goal.
Well, face-offs were an issue for the Lightning in Game 1. They responded with an excellent effort. There wasn't an area of the game they didn't play well in game number 2. But as we know, things get ramped up. And shot by Rupp. And it's played by Asham. The net dislodged. The puck stayed out as Rolison makes a stop. First on Rupp and then Asham driving the net. The net dislodged and the play halted.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this was a scary play, a very innocent play. Yeah, just get the puck in the net. That's all he did. And then the puck was rebounded off and it hit Asham in the leg. And it actually stayed out by when he fell down. He was trying to hook it around. You see the puck kind of popped up onto his right leg and then moved out there. But all it was a very, very simple little backhand shot on goal.
And with Asham dislodging the net, the faceoff comes outside as Moore and Rupp are separated. Lightning had the first 2 shots of this game. Pittsburgh's come back with 6 straight, including the goal by Kennedy in the power play. Here's Lundin with a pass, deflects into the Penguin zone. They've got to play it. Orpik off the glass, fielded by Lundin. Wrists it on goal, save. Fleury once again a rebound, but he had time to poke it away, just barely. Out in front, Moore well covered. In behind the net, Letang there. He doesn't seem to control any type of shot, Chief.
It's really tough, I'm telling you. And what you see, though, for me, is that Pittsburgh, what they're doing is that they're leaving the puck carrier to one guy and the goaltender, and everybody else is just blocking out. They're not even looking for a guy.
He makes a save on a tip by Moore as Kabina let it go, and Dominic Moore got the blade of his stick on it. Fleury out to make the stop. Out comes Rupp. Steps in on Lundin, using his size, trying to pull one home. He was stopped by Rolison and dumped in the corner by Kabina. Kabina has part of a sign from the sideboards attached to the back of his jersey. It's since come off. The puck comes off the ledge for McCulloch, and he's checked in there by Gagne. Stamkos arrives, works it free to Gagne. McCulloch shoveled it away. Well, the hitting so hot and heavy, they're taking the paint off the walls here, Chief. Then Grady sends it across, coming back to steal Malone. Held in by Kovalev. Trying to make a play to Letestu. It ends up with Clark now. And that pass by the stick of Malone carries the length. Icing the call here against the Lightning. Put the Razors away and grow one for the team. Help raise donations to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation with a Lightning Beardathon at TampaBayLightning.com. Post pictures of your playoff beard online while raising money. And if you have trouble growing a beard, don't worry. You can build a beard with your favorite photo as well. Log on to TampaBayLightning.com/playoffs to find out more.
Interesting note about those all the hits that's been going on in this series. The team that has out-hit the other team has lost. Lightning in both their losses out-hit Pittsburgh, and then in their win, Pittsburgh out-hit the Lightning.
Does that speak to puck control, Chief, where you don't have the puck, you're obviously going to be making more hits
to try and get it back.
And if you've got the puck the most, apparently, that's going to allow you to win the game. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Both these teams are going to pile up a lot of hits. They're averaging a total of 70 per game combined. Kennedy sees Lecavalier coming, missed most of that hit. Thompson wedged off by Stahl. Thompson keeps working in that zone, hangs in there in one knee. But the play is punched out to center. Brewer lifts it in off the glass. McCulloch back. McCulloch playing a team-high 25-48 a game so far. It's been a nice acquisition by GM Ray Shero. He had played previously to the Phoenix Coyotes. Virtually no playoff experience except for last year. Here's Connor's shot, tipped by Kabina. And the Penguins driving that net. Rolison makes the stop. It's a 1-0 lead. The goal by Kennedy sneaks in short side.
Sun Sports has the spotlight on Lightning playoff action. Keep it right here as Stamkos and the Bolts look to smash the competition on the big stage. The best seats in the house are on Sun Sports.
Be a part of Kentucky Derby excitement. Check out TVG. Join the fun before America's greatest race. Go to TVG.com and sign up for free. Tune in to TVG for all things Derby. An in-depth perspective that's second to none. Get set before horse racing's Triple Crown. the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes. TVG's original programming can't be beat. Tune in and check it out. Go to TVG.com and sign up for free.
I wanted to give my mom and dad a grandchild. My husband says she looks like me. You can touch them and hold them and brush their hair, not like it's a doll.
I like to play or be treated as a baby.
It's an obsession. I've tried to control it, but it was the first time I'd ever kissed an automobile.
I'm a person in love. I just happen to be in love with an object.
Taboo is back. The new season starts Monday, May 2nd at 9 on National Geographic.
America's pastime is on Fox. It's a showdown by the Bay as Jason Hayward and the Braves take on the Giants. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Budweiser. This week, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Pittsburgh leads 1-0. The nominees for General Manager of the Year were announced by the NHL today, and the Lightning's Steve Yzerman is one of them, along with Vancouver's Mike Gillis and Nashville's David Poile. And Steve talked with the media this morning, likened this experience his first year as a GM to when he began his career as a player.
Your first year in the league as a player was, your eyes wide open, and I was 18 years old, and I really had a lot of fun. There's a lot of similarities, a lot of new experiences, but it's been very enjoyable. I love the position. I love what I do, and it's a great challenge, and so it's been, to this point, an exciting year, and I think there's some more excitement ahead, hopefully lots.
Well, congratulations to Steve and all the nominees, really, Chief. They've all had great seasons, but Steve leading the Lightning to a 23-point turnaround in the regular season and getting them back in the playoffs for the first time since 2007. His Chargers go to work here, down 1-0. Chase to center, Steven Stamkos. And Eric Brewer has the puck.
Pittsburgh's players are so close to everyone there. They're all over them. They don't give them much room at all. And the defense has done a good job of getting the puck quickly and making good passes out of their zone.
Brewer back. He's got Bergenheim waiting on the wing. Puck tapped by Moore, and the second try gets it behind the defense, something that Guy Boucher and his staff wanted to see more of. This is why, as they get possession along the end boards, they really weren't able to make that defense turn a whole lot in Game 3.
Yeah, the key thing is, Pittsburgh's defense is not real big, and you can wear them down. If you have to keep pushing guys off of you all night long, that'll tire you out. If you're just going to have to skate, you won't get as tired just by skating alone.
Hold it. Long pass ahead for Nate Thompson. Gets it under control, and he sends it into the Pittsburgh bench off Letang. 5:46 to go in the first period. Penguins have the 1-0 lead here in Game 4.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right. Get a free AC Quick Check with any service. AA MCO.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these.
Pepsi Max. Too much taste to be called a zero.
Visit a Pepsi or Frappuccino product display at Walgreens now to enter to win a trip to Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
Lexus is luxury. And at your Bay Area Lexus dealers, luxury is all we do. Not only will you get a luxury sales experience, but you'll also get the luxury of 7-day service. Plus, if you need extended service, we'll provide you a Lexus loaner vehicle. Or we can pick up and drop off your vehicle from your home or office. It's all part of the luxury experience you get at Lexus of Tampa Bay and Lexus of Clearwater. 888-GO-LEXUS.com.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right. No credit check financing available at participating centers. AA MCO.
See the score and time here in the first period. When you take a look over the season, home records, as you see there, the teams with the best home records this season. Lightning fourth, right behind Vancouver, Washington, and Nashville. The Sharks right in behind the Lightning. But so winning at home was a pretty dominant factor in the Lightning's success this year, and getting those 103 points and making it a very difficult place to play for teams coming in here trying to grab a point.
That 25 win total matched the all-time record for the franchise for wins on home ice, and they hope to put confidence gained from that season into play here in the playoffs. Penguins deflect the puck with a high stick. That face-off upcoming in the Pittsburgh zone.
One of the things that some of the players talked about is that they didn't get in the Pittsburgh zone quickly enough, and they have to do that again a little bit faster even yet in this period or in this game. Because what happens then is that defense is so quick, they get back there and get turned around.
Neal trying to get the pass through. It's blocked by Brewer. Jordan Stahl in there for it, bodied by Nate Thompson, who comes in the hits leader for the Lightning with 14. Letang for the point shooting, blocked by St. Louis. Letang has time to go back with the puck. Lightning trying to make a quick change. Neal makes the pass. It's over his stick, and Kennedy's stick, I should say, as Letang bumped into along the boards by Thompson. All over for it. Rotola's on with them. And Rotola waits for that puck to come free. The Lightning look to come out of the zone as a unit, something Vinny Lecavalier said they needed to do in trying to approach that Penguin line. He says we've been too far apart. We need to come more as a unit at the Penguins. That's going to help us in gaining the puck and getting more opportunities in an even strength situation at Marc-Andre Fleury. Puck played in by Adams. Kavina back. Checked by Rupp. The puck just lay there in the corner with all those bodies tumbling around it. Here's Dana Tyrell in for it. Ratola. They'll dump it in. Lightning change again. Lovejoy, who earned one of the tougher assists you'll ever see on the goal by Talbot that opened the scoring the other night. Of course, it was his play from behind the net that set the Penguins in motion, but he paid for it on that huge hit by Downey, and Downey getting the one-game suspension. From the point, it's Martin firing, angles it off the end boards. Talbot scrambles after it. Hedman starts it ahead. Steven Stamkos swings wide, cuts in, forced wide by Martin. Martin takes the puck away. Steven picking up his first playoff point the other night in Game 3. McCulloch plays the puck to center. Hedman comes across. As Purcell waiting in the off wing, overskates the puck. Taken now by Talbot. Dupuis enters the zone. Big drive handled by Rolison. Sets it down for Hedman as the Penguins were changing. Letestu and Kovalev come on. Bergenheim works the puck free. Kovalev goes down. He's going to draw a penalty here as he got clipped apparently with a high stick. And at 16:49, Pittsburgh will go on its second power play.
Bergenheim is going to pick up the minor, and right now Pittsburgh really is controlling this period. Lightning can't get the puck out of their zone very well. Even when they do get the puck up along the wall, they're trying to tip it out. Pittsburgh is keeping it in. So the high sticky call gives the Penguins their second power play.
Tampa number 10, 2 minutes, high stick.
This is where you really got to force yourself to make sure that that face-off is not lost.
Well, Thompson digs in against Stahl. And the Lightning do get a team win. Olin stepped in there. Brewer backhands it ahead, knocked down by McCulloch. James Neal, the former Dallas Star, starts it into the Lightning zone. Can't get to the puck actually with his reach. And around Brewer to tap it free, keep the play moving to McCulloch. Back to the corner to Stahl. We got some big bodies up front in this unit with Kovalev, Neal, and Stahl. The Lightning clear it out. 1:25 to go in the penalty to Bergenheim. Away comes Letang. Turned back by Moore. He's paired with Tyrell in front of Clark and Hedman. Penguins with Stahl trying to hang on at that line. Apparently did so. Play onside, but Clark gets to the puck. Calmly stepped away from Kovalev and hammers it down the ice.
One of the things they've done so well on the penalty kill, the Lightning, is they've really denied entry for that power play for Pittsburgh. They've had trouble getting in the zone, but 5-on-5, the Penguins have been able to get in there rather easily.
Letang cuts in, backhand try into the equipment of Rolison, and he's not going to move. He hears the whistle with 46 seconds to go in this Penguin power play. Here's tonight's inside look, brought to you by Southeast Toyota.
Well, Game 5 will end up at Pittsburgh. Game time 12 o'clock. Pre-game show will start at 11:30 in the morning. Game 6, if necessary, back here in Tampa, and then if the 7th game is needed, Wednesday in Pittsburgh.
Kennedy playing it back to Letestu, rifles it well out of the reach of Letang, and the Penguins have to reformulate the rush. The Lightning will switch up. They'll get Moore and Tyrell on. Letang dropping it off. Kennedy bobbled the puck in time to recover it. Kennedy coming off a career regular season with 21 goals. That pass out of the reach of Tangradi. They'd love to get him around the net. That's where Bilesma feels he's most effective. And they're running out of time on this chance. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty. Martin hands it off to Kennedy. Flip back to Martin. David Tyrell gets to it, and he'll play it out. Out of the box comes Bergenheim. He takes it. He's onside. He's bothered by Niskanen. A save by Fleury, and he stopped the rebound try by Cavalier. The Lightning with a burst, 2-on-1, steaming in on Fleury. Here's Hedman firing it head high and wide. And the puck batted out of the air, but not out of the zone by Tangradi. The shot by Lundin was blocked. Under a minute to go in the period. And the play ruled offside as Bergenheim was on its way out of the zone. Now St. Louis goes down, and we may have a penalty call. Le Cavalier has got a grip on Niskanen.
Nothing's going to come of this. But boy, oh boy, the thing of it is, Lightning haven't had that many chances in these last 2 games. You see the point opportunity here as he comes in, being really harassed by Niskanen, and then the rebound, he gets the shot away, doesn't get it up, but the rebound's right there, and you see the left pad leg get over very quickly on Le Cavalier. 2 shots on goal. And did not find behind Fleury at all. Very calmly made that save.
Rolison drops the puck, hands it to Clark. 35 seconds to go in this first period. A quick burst by the Lightning nearly tied it up, but Fleury had the answer. Clark pursued by Connor. Guides the play to center. Talbot waiting there to take over for Pittsburgh. To Dupuis. He shoots, and it's steered wide. Puck left behind the net. Dupuis got it to Talbot. 11 seconds to go before the intermission. The shot is snuffed out by Stamkos. Talbot gets it back. Dupuis with a shot. Hits off Rolison and ends up in the corner. St. Louis with it. Looked like the Lightning were going to prepare for another burst offensively at the Penguin zone, but it ends up with Pittsburgh getting the chances. Paul Kennedy will visit with Dan Lacroix outside the Lightning room here at this first intermission presented by Buick. Dave Andrechuk, Chris Dingman joins the fun at the intermission. Chief will have highlights. We'll have stats as well, as Pittsburgh has a 12-6 advantage on the shot board, a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes here in Game 4. The average save percentage just about identical. Fleury just a notch ahead of him in goals against average, and Rolison a notch ahead of him in save percentage in terms of the rankings coming into this game tonight. And why not? The total goals were 7 each through the first 3 games. And the Penguins with a narrow 1-0 lead. Rolison flipped on the play as Neal went by the net and brushed him.
Well, right now they're just, every time that puck gets in that zone for the Lightning, Pittsburgh has just made one or two moves, boom, they're out again. They're going to try and bump Rolison all night long. Anything you can to disrupt a guy's concentration or his ability to find the puck is what you're going to do.
Letang for the point. Keeps it on the boards. Neal with it. Goes to Kennedy. Checked by Olin, who dropped his stick. Neal in front, winds the backhand pass just out of Stahl's reach. Letang sends it across to Brooks Orpik. Quick pass to Neal. He fires it high and wide. And they're trying to get him going. He tips one on goal here off the Letang pass. A sharp deflection by Neal, and Rolison made a nice save there. And Neal getting more opportunities. Just did a couple of shifts with his line with Kennedy installed, and he's had earlier in the series, but they've been worried about him. 1 goal in 20 games in the regular season after the trade to Pittsburgh in February, and nothing so far in the postseason. Kabina turns away from Connor, and the pesky 5'8" winger comes up with a puck and centers. It's deflected in by Dupuis, but it didn't reach Rolison. Away comes Kabina. This line has been very tough to deal with for the Lightning in this series, centered by Talbot.
Let's take a look at our Ottawa replay, and you know, this was a very quick play, but it was a dangerous play. Watch this shot coming here. Very quick. There's all Neal did was redirected. Rolison very, very quickly was able to get to the front of the net and block it with his chest. But then again, Connor, boy, he's not very big, but man alive, he gets that puck almost every time he goes against the wall.
Lightning dump it in. Gagne pressuring McCulloch. Drops his stick. You heard that pipe bouncing off the ice behind the net. Hedman, and it worked free by Kovalev. The Lightning need some jump here, Chief. They need something good to happen. Of course, you got to make that good thing happen for you to get things turned around.
They haven't been skating. They're doing a lot of standing around. You got to get those feet moving. Passes have not been solid coming out of their zone either.
Stamkos ahead to Ryan Malone. Along with room, he'll fire. Saved by Fleury. Rebound! Fleury a stop on Stamkos, who followed up. Just the type of even strength opportunity the Lightning are hoping for, and Dan Lacroix spoke of in his conversation at the intermission with Paul Kennedy. Now Tangradi in the middle of things here with Malone and Brewer.
Well, take that shot. I mean, that is something that is kind of puzzling why they're not shooting it as often, because everybody knows about the rebounds. And that long shot there, look at that, should have been eaten up, but boy, it was a very good chance. Stamkos going to the net and had a good opportunity, but shoot the puck, keep it low, and shoot it from everywhere in that offensive zone and play for those rebounds. Fleury's an excellent first shot goalie. But you keep giving those rebounds up there, you're going to really put yourself in trouble.
All digs in the face-off against Rupp, and it's backhanded on goal by Asham, who reached around Lundin to get the shot on net. Rolison had to be sharp there. Lovejoy with time. He fires, kicked out Rolison. Rebound, Asham shooting. They score! The shot deflected in. And Pittsburgh has a 2-0 lead.
And Asham's third of the playoffs. And he's keeping that point streak alive, too. It's a 4-game point streak for him. But face-offs, they lost again. And this time the shot just comes through there. The rebound comes right out. And it actually hit the skate of Nate Thompson and changed directions. Look at, but see, good things happen when you shoot the puck on the net. There you see the skate get kicked out. And Asham's deflected shot finds the 5-hole. And it's 2-0 Pittsburgh.
Now they've come out with 7 shots to start this second period, and we've played 2:39. 7-1 shot advantage in the second period. Olin back for it. Around for LeCavalier, comes off the boards behind him, but right to Gagne. The tank stands up for the line, but Lightning get it in deep, and Thompson goes to work against Brooks Orpik. The Penguins, though, waste no time in clearing. Brewer hangs on to it. Didn't have the play he wanted. Finds St. Louis, who tips it in, but right to Orpik. Orpik, the center, former Penguin first rounder from 2000, dumps it in. Brewer turns the net. Angles it out for Stamkos. It's behind him. Letang. Ben Lovejoy gets the only assist on the Asham goal. He doesn't pay quite the price he did for his first Stanley Cup point. And Asham, his third goal and fourth point. He's had a point as chief notes in every game in the series. Puck is punched ahead by McCulloch. And the Penguins next to touch, hand pass called. You've got to complete that hand pass inside your own blue line.
The only way the Lightning got the puck inside the zone this time was that hand pass. The thing is that right now you see the Pittsburgh just going man to man. The defense has been puzzled. They just tried to do that old alley-oop to try to get the puck in anyhow. But right now, once you get it in there, now you've got to control that face-off.
On the draw, the Penguins have it, and out they come. 4 across now as they hit center. Connor, the pass in, it's backhanded wide by Dupuis. A rebound try was blocked by Clark. As Talbot puts it in behind the net, Hedman gets to it. Feeds it off the boards. Talbot takes a swing at it, overcome there by Malone. Marty St. Louis to Stamkos, loading up, caught from behind by Dupuis, never got the shot away. Talbot back into the zone, cuts wide, now trying to split the difference as he tried to cut in between Clark and Hedman. Malone back at center ice, the former Penguin. Dominic Moore, and it worked away by Martin. Bergenheim arrives with energy from the bench. Puck ends up, though, with Talbot, and Bergenheim took it away. Moore with it. He's got Purcell going to the net. The pass blocked by McCulloch. He'll backhand it off the boards to center. Penguins have been able to quell just about any uprising.
Well, they've been able to get to the puck quickly. That's it. Anytime you get players that give you time and space, they're going to make plays. Especially their defense. You can get that defense to play with their face in the glass. Now you're going to keep sustained pressure. As soon as they get their bodies turned and watch the forecheckers come in, it's very difficult to stay that puck in the zone.
Now that pass from Purcell just a hair late for Lecavalier at the line, and offside is the call.
Well, you take a look at their fourth line, so to speak. Not a lot of minutes except for Craig Adams, and he kills penalties, one of the reasons why. But look at the number of points they put up. You know, they all 6 points out of there, a lot of hits, and they're very, very solid defensively.
Now pick your year going back through Stanley Cup history, and you'll find a successful team that has had production from unexpected sources become a big part of their success. Dan Bilesman is certainly getting it from those 3 guys, and they're not alone, Chief.
No. Well, you know, you go back years, I can remember in late nights when Detroit won one of their cups. McCarty, Draper, and Joey Kocur. It's a huge line against Philadelphia. They dominated that series, those 3. Right now, the Lightning have got to get going here. 8 shots on goal, not going to make it.
Brewer's shot deflected away, scooped up by Kennedy. Pass around to Stahl. Brewer has it, slips it up the boards and down the ice. Letang and the Penguins have to play this. Lightning go for a change. They get Malone on with St. Louis and Stamkos. The line juggling continues. We've seen it from Guy Boucher just about each game of this series. Pass by Brewer on the mark. Stamkos with it, cuts in. St. Louis cuts to the net. Backhand try, trying to go high. Stopped by Fleury. He tried for the top corner just under the crossbar. And Fleury, who's 6'2", just got a piece of it. Brewer, long lead pass, tipped by Stamkos. Look out. Over in section 129, about halfway up, a souvenir for them. St. Louis trying to give them something to cheer about here with the Lightning down 2-1.
2012 Volkswagen CC. With touchscreen stereo, Bluetooth, and corner illuminating headlights, all standard. Plus, every CC includes scheduled carefree maintenance. It's so well designed, even its details have details. Right now, get the 2012 CC for $299 a month or get 0.9% APR.
Signing your name by the X can leave you feeling a little uneasy. But you don't have to worry at Tires Plus, because what you see is what you get.
Now at Tires Plus, get up to $100 value back on American Express Reward Card by mail when you buy 4 select Bridgestone tires. Or buy 3 and get the 4th free on Firestone Firehawk GT tires or Falcon ZXE 912 tires. And save on brakes, alignments, interstate batteries, and oil changes too.
Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do.
When you choose the Times, you get all the day's top stories together in one place, like in-depth investigative journalism, one of the top 10 sports sections in the country, full-time writers dedicated to movie, art, and book reviews, leisure stories about travel and entertainment, plus access to the hottest jobs in Tampa Bay. So while some newspapers are reducing their coverage, the Times still brings you the whole story every day. For the news that touches your life, the choice is simple. Turn to the Times.
Well, a playoff veteran with the credentials of Marty St. Louis knows just what this team needs to do. He told us this morning regarding the offensive situation facing the Lightning.
Well, I think we need a little more offensive zone time. I think we're one and done a lot of the time. We're not getting to the rebounds as much as we would like. Therefore, the other team gets it and gets out. So we got to be a little bit hungry, tougher, below the hash mark.
The Lightning trying to get that done, now trailing by the count of 2-0. Penguins dump it in the Lightning zone. Rolison checks the traffic, plays the puck back for St. Louis. Starts the rush to Ryan Malone. Pounded by Dupuis. Stamkos comes by, is tipped behind. St. Louis trying to catch up to that puck. He's trailed by Martin. Stamkos with it. Malone drifting in front. Stamkos occupied by Talbot. Stamkos the back entry. St. Louis stopped by Fleury. He covers the puck as Malone takes a beating in front. The Lightning were able to generate something here, but Fleury kept the rebound under control.
They just drove to the net, and they came in there with some speed. And as he's trying to hang on to that puck, you see him, look at that there. Just put the puck in front. Marty St. Louis trying to jam it home. And that's what you have to do. We saw Asham get that second goal just by shooting the puck on the net, and it was deflected in off a skate.
See the scoring chances, just 10-7 Penguins. They say just 10-7 because the shots right now are 21-9 favoring Pittsburgh. Stahl is ejected from the face-off circle, but Adams will go against LeCavalier. Vinny's won over 50%, nearly 52% of his draws. Wins this one to Gagne. Has room to turn, get it toward the net. And the Fleury got a stick down to steer it away. Stahl at center. LeCavalier gets position on him. Here's Adams into that zone. Backhand try blocked by Clark. Aaron Asham back to Stahl shooting. He sends it wide. Adams has Letang waiting. Sends it off Clark's stick off the end glass. And Stahl had it worked away. It's knocked free to Teddy Purcell. Victor Hedman steps ahead. Penguins with that forward back. Adams always attacking the puck in the middle of the ice.
Yeah, they don't leave that puck carrier for that defenseman. They want him to hurry that puck carrier so he makes a mistake or makes a play a little bit too early.
Lightning bat the puck down with a high stick. And we'll get the face-off in the Tampa Bay zone. We'll look at Marty St. Louis. 3 goals of the 7 the Lightning have in the series.
Yeah, and all 3 of them on the power play. In fact, he's tied for first in the league as far as that situation is concerned. Sharp from Chicago and Solani from Anaheim have 3 power play goals as well coming into tonight's game.
Now Moore will be opposed here by Dupuis. And it's fired on goal by Talbot right from that scrum. And Rolison makes the save. Another example of the Penguins winning those loose pucks from the faceoff.
Watch how it just lies there. Nobody gets it. And they scored the winning goal on it last night. The first goal on it tonight was a result of that. Almost had number 3 there. In fact, before Asham scored his goal, they had a great scoring chance from the faceoff.
St. Louis sends it across to Brewer. Lugs the puck into the zone. He just runs over Niskanen. Into that puck is Bergenheim, and it comes back to the point. Olin knocks it down, getting it to Connor. Drops it to Pui with it, winding, waiting, shooting, and he fires it wide. He was waiting for the traffic to reach a certain point. Connor's only going to screen Rolison so well. Puck worked free by Kovalev. Martin takes it just past the 8-minute mark here in the second period. Martin sails it in, handled by Rolison. Brewer just fires it off the boards down the ice. That spinning puck slows down, but not enough to avoid the icing call. Chance to put the Razors away and grow one for the team. Help raise donations to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for the Lightning Beardathon at TampaBayLightning.com. Post pictures of your playoff beard online while raising money. If you have trouble growing a beard, don't worry. You can build a beard with your favorite photo as well. TampaBayLightning.com/playoffs has all the details. Olin off the boards. Martin holds it in. Olin gets it once again. Brewer ahead for more. St. Louis with a little room down the off-wing side, shooting, and it skims off Fleury. He thought he had it under control, but it skimmed away wide, and the Lightning weren't able to get a shot on the net in the second try. Paul Martin chopping into center, played back by Kabina. Adam Hall tags up. Penguins slow it down a little bit. Trying to draw the Lightning out of that 1-3-1. Dan Bilesma admitted early in the series we've got to find some answers for that, but they're up 2-0 here. The Lightning really can't sit back too much. The score dictates that ploy.
Exactly. I mean, they can stand back there all they want, Pittsburgh, because they have the lead. Lightning have to create something now. You have to be the aggressor. That's what we talked about, the importance of that first goal. You get that goal and you get the lead, you can stay in your structure all you want. The other team then has to make some adjustments to get back into the game.
Purcell in behind the net, locked up by Orpik. Gagne drags it free, absorbs a hit from Letang, keeps going. Gagne on the forehand, got it in front. A well-populated slot. Saw Mike Rupp steal the pass. And the icing call this time going against the Penguins.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Even when the Lightning have been able to get a little pressure or at least get some zone time, Pittsburgh has done such a good job with their forwards to really just not allow any passes into the areas where you can get shots away. I mean, maybe take a look at that, the point position maybe a little bit more often.
And you got everybody moving too soon as Murphy doesn't drop the puck. Rupp called upon to oppose Stamkos on the draw. And pulled right back. Here's Kovalev. Flips it to the line, kept on the line. It rolled away as Malone tried to settle it down and keep it in the attacking zone. Clark, watched by Adams. Rupp pounces to steal the puck. Steps in front, goes forehand, shooting. It's off Rolison. Stamkos comes back to take control of the puck. Out ahead for Malone, he's bumped. St. Louis has it. Didn't get the puck to cooperate. Had a step on Lovejoy. Finds Hedman. He's caught up to from behind by Kennedy. Couldn't get a shot away. Clark for the point, shooting wide. And Malone falls over Fleury as Fleury reached out and kind of took his feet out from under him. But it looks like Malone is going to get the penalty. Chris Lee will send him off. And Pittsburgh, with its 2-0 lead, will have the man advantage.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these.
Pepsi Max. Too much taste to be called a zero.
Look for the Pepsi Tampa Bay Rays display at Walgreens for a chance to win personalized Rays jerseys, tickets, and more.
Free fall training. It's how Advanced Auto Parts trains our staff to install your battery fast and free. Battery testing and installation fast and free. Advanced Auto Parts. Service is our best part. Wipers, go!
When you swap your ride for a Ford, you want to talk about it a lot. How do you compare the Fiesta to the Yaris?
It's a complete upgrade. When it comes to the design on the outside and the design on the inside, hands down, I would pick this car. When I told everyone that the Fiesta got 40 miles to the gallon, everyone assumed it was a hybrid. If I would have had the car for one more week, it actually would have made it to Vegas.
I'm sure we have rules on our swap your ride. It's Ixnay on the Agasvay.
Swap your ride and get a Fiesta for just $14,590. Or lease a Fiesta for $179 a month for 36 months. See your Southern Ford dealer.
Pittsburgh up by 2, go to their third power play. Malone will pick up a goalie interference penalty at 10:41. There's the play coming in. You see Malone right in the front there, but what you won't see on that angle is Fleury reaching out. You'll see it right here. Watch his stick here as he just pushes it out. See, right there. Pushes right out, gets him in the back of the knee, and he falls down over top of the goalie, but Malone gets the penalty.
Penguins 1 of 2. They scored on their first opportunity in the goal by Kennedy for the 1-0 lead. And the Lightning nearly scored coming out of the penalty box with Bergenheim back on the ice on that second power play for Pittsburgh. But Fleury had the answer on the breakaway. And Rolison covers the puck. When Brewer took out Neal, there was going to be no repeat of what we saw earlier, Chief, where Neal with a little drive-by on Rolison. That's the presence of Eric Brewer.
Big, strong body will make sure there. And also, too, Pittsburgh and Neal knows you've got the power play. You don't want to go back after anybody because take that power play away.
Letang across McCulloch, shooting save Rolison, and Stahl tried to jam it in front. He did. It's behind Rolison. He's dropped his goal stick. The Penguins have the puck back to Letang. McCulloch shooting, slowed down by Hall. It went wide. Stahl centers. It's loose in front. Chipped away to McCulloch. Rolison's got his stick now. Kovalev off the boards, feeding inside of the goal. Neal shooting save. Rolison. He stopped a rebound try as well. As Stahl is down and underneath the legs of Brewer. Very active first 49 seconds of this power play for Pittsburgh.
Take a look at that action in and around there. And this is where can't be a fan. Watch you see how he makes that save. The puck comes out. He's trying to get that stick back. It was underneath him in an awkward position. And Brewer tried to give it to him twice. He finally just let it drop there, which scary thing when you drop that puck in the stick in the goal crease.
And scary when you've got two sticks, and had he tried to play the puck, might have gotten a penalty for that. So Samuelson do that with the Rangers back, I want to say 1996. Who remembers at the Thunderdome against the Lightning. Wolfie was liable to do just about anything. He's got a very talented son at Boston College, a Penguin draft pick, who just signed his first pro contract. Going to have to go some if he's going to try to match the antics of his dad. An outstanding defenseman, but always worth the price of admission. He's now helping to coach the Coyotes. They're battling for their playoff lives against Detroit tonight. Here's Letang. Beating it back, McCulloch with it, wristing it, save Rolison. Rebound goes to the corner, Kennedy after it, 19 seconds to go in the penalty. McCulloch lets it rip, and it's tipped away by Clark. It comes right to Letang, knocked it loose. Tyrell gets a hold of it, sliding it back down the ice, 5 seconds to go on the penalty to Ryan Malone.
Pittsburgh has had shots in every single one of their power plays. Lightning, when they had their one advantage, couldn't get a shot away.
Chris Connor slides into the corner. Dupuis trying to get by St. Louis. Now Dupuis lands on Lundin behind the net. Away comes Stamkos. Pass is cut off with a back checking of Talbot. Here he comes with Dupuis. The shot stopped by Rolison, reaching across. And he covers the puck. Dupuis canceled out by Lundin.
Yeah, one of the few times we've seen that happen where the Lightning have just let the goalie take the puck and then we just screen off the guy. You see all the way in on that play. All Lundin was worried about was Dupuis and not allowing him to get to the net. That's what Pittsburgh has done very well. They've denied the Lightning getting to the net. You know, talking with Adam Hall this morning, he said our drive to get to those loose pucks has to be greater than their drive to block us out.
Well, it seems so far, Chief, the drive advantage belongs to Pittsburgh, along with that 2-0 lead. You've got to get that turned around, and if they can get that turned around, that can lead to your comeback.
Yep.
Rupp fires, kicked out by Rolison, poked away by Malone. Brewer takes it. St. Louis on the one-touch, handing it to Malone. Trying to step in behind Martin, gets to the puck. St. Louis with it, and the pass across for Stamkos was blocked. Rupp came back. It's dumped in by Asham. Hedman. Pass to Bergenheim. Brought into the zone as the shot was taken. A late call from Nowak on the offside. 5:58 remaining, second period. Lightning trying to dig out of a 2-0 hole.
At AutoWay.com, you get one thing most car dealers don't give you. Answers.
Do you have certified used cars on sale?
Yes, at AutoWay.com, our inventory of factory certified used vehicles start as low as $9,995.
Why should I buy a certified used vehicle?
It's worry-free. Shop hundreds of certified used vehicles backed by an up to 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, money-back guarantee, and more. Questions? Answers. AutoWay.com.
Just raised the curtain on the newest and greatest Hard Rock Cafe in existence, and our poker room just got even bigger and better. The Seminole Hard Rock is a whole new sensation. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Get yourself a front row seat.
Right now, BMW of Sarasota has 3 great reasons to buy a certified pre-owned BMW. First, selection. As Florida's premier BMW dealer, BMW of Sarasota has the BMW you want, with over 200 vehicles to choose from. Second, financing. For a limited time, drive any certified pre-owned BMW with unprecedented 0.9% financing. And third, value. With up to $1,500 in payment credit and BMW's certified pre-owned warranty, it doesn't get any better than this. BMW of Sarasota. Experience the ultimate difference.
Line down by 2 with just under 6 to go. You're looking at Vinny Lecavalier, Marty St. Louis, and Steven Stamkos, the offensive leaders of this team. As you see their ice time in Game 1. Game 3, obviously trying to come back. It jumps a great deal. Big numbers. And if it continues right now, the Lightning have to get back into this game. Those guys will be called upon to play a lot more as well. And that's a big factor when you push so hard to get back in the game. How much will you have left?
Keep in mind that Game 1 situation was 0-0 until well into the third period when the Penguins scored twice in 18 seconds to take the 2-0 lead. So it was a pretty evenly played game. The Lightning can certainly claim the first 15 minutes of that game. So interesting that the ice time, especially for St. Louis, was at 21 minutes a game throughout the regular season. And less than 18 minutes those first 2 games. But as you say, Chief, when you're on the comeback trail, the horses have got to be on the ice.
Exactly. You know, you've got to try and make sure that they get the chances. And Marty St. Louis, who is such a factor in getting those chances, as you point out, you know, both the goals on game number 3's loss came off his stick.
Another thing that affected that Game 1 ice time is the fact they had only 1 power play chance. So those guys pick up certainly a few minutes. Quite often in the regular season, Marty or Stamkos, if they happen to be playing a point position, they might play the whole 2 minutes of a power play. Game 2, the Lightning were just in control right from the start of things, and Boucher could apportion the ice time around accordingly. Not so Game 3, and not so in this contest. Letestu with it, dropping it back. McCulloch looks, fires, and it's blocked by Moore. Letestu rolls it behind the net. Kabina gets to it. Up there by Tancredi. Tyrell gets it between the defense, but McCulloch controls that puck. It's a shove from Moore. Still makes the play to Kovalev. Kovalev with some big years in his time with the Penguins in the late 90s and the turn of the century. Well, he sounds old when you say turn of the century, Chief. He's not that old. But it's Clark rolling it behind the net to Hedman. Pass ahead for Stamkos behind him, carries the length, icing the call.
It's amazing to see the difference. Pittsburgh comes out of their zone very, very smoothly and easily. Lightning struggle to get out there. They're trying to get that long pass up around the red line, trying to stretch everything, but the Pittsburgh Penguins have put their forwards, at least 2 of them, between the forwards of the Lightning and the defense. The defense haven't been able to hit that pass yet.
Rupp clogging things up in neutral ice. Dumped by Malone, who's challenged here by Adams. Under 4 minutes to go, second period. And the Penguins have a 28-11 shot advantage. 16-5 in this second period. They had 7 of the first 8 on goal. Here's Stamkos shooting, and it's deflected behind the net by Orpik. Stamkos out in front. He was bumped there on the play by Adams and spilled. St. Louis was looking for a penalty call. It's a 4-on-2 at the other end, but they get tangled up at the line, and offside is the call.
Looks like they might even ran into one another, Rick, as they were coming out of that corner. Not too happy. Take a look at, here's the shot and coming out. It was hard to see on that angle, where it wasn't high enough, but they did collide with one another. Whose stick got Marty, could not see.
Looked like it was Adams. That's why Marty was looking for the call, but play moved up the ice pretty quickly. Getting over there is Purcell to try to hold it in. He's successful. He's hounded here by Stahl. And behind to LeCavalier. Fires in front. It's tipped by Stahl. The shot saved by Fleury as Brewer stepped in from the right point. He keeps it on the line. He fires. Save. Fleury there. Gagne backhand try. Knocked down by McCulloch. Gets it ahead to Neal. Nice flurry by the Lightning. However, it's Marc-Andre Fleury who had the answer. Puck deflects to Kennedy in front, cutting through. Couldn't control it. LeCavalier trying to send it in for St. Louis. Here he comes to his feet. He scores! What a play! St. Louis ignites the Lightning. They're down 2-1.
Absolutely amazing what this young guy can do. Tremendous lead pass by Vinny LeCavalier. Just laid it out there for St. Louis to come in. Watch here, that little dump here. Now watch the move here. Just flips it around and then takes it high to the top shelf. Watch here from our Spoxmo right here. There it is, a quick shot on a beautifully executed play from him, from Vinny LeCavalier to Marty St. Louis. The Lightning are win one. Wow, Rick, this could be the thing that they needed to get going here. Big goal by Marty St. Louis.
Kudos to the coach as well. They got LeCavalier and St. Louis out against Niskanen and Lovejoy. That's not the defensive tandem they usually see, as the Penguins rely on their top 4, and that's the third pair. Here's Bergeron trying to march in front. It's taken now by Dupuis. Deflected at center by Talbot. Knocked down by Lundin. Letang has it back. And it deflects now to Talbot. Now this is where, Chief, the Penguins have had an edge. It's these responses after goals for and against that Pittsburgh has been able to take advantage.
Exactly. They've been able to calm it down where the Lightning, two losses have had those games, those goals scored back to back.
Brian Malone is making him pay. Boy, he hammered Letang earlier in the shift, and he felt that. Registers a big hit on McCulloch. The puck centered in front, deflected wide of the goal. Letestu has it, shooting off the side of the net. Retrieved by Hedman. A minute and a half to go in the second period, and the Lightning want to get all the way back before they head to the dressing room. It's lifted down the ice, and we'll get an icing called against the Lightning with 1:20 to go in the second. Lecavalier and Teddy Purcell pick up the assists on St. Louis' fourth at 17-14.
Let's take a look at that goal again. It's our out-of-way replay. And the key thing of it is watch as Vinny Lecavalier, watch this nice little flip pass. And Marty knows it's coming. He takes it and just absolutely puts it inside that goalpost with a perfect shot.
Purcell, a great pass. Stamkos cutting in. Trying to go forehand. He's checked by Martin. Crowd wants a call. They're not going to get one. Back come the Penguins. Purcell started that play again. And Lecavalier feeding it to Stamkos. A perfect feed, but Martin got back there. Rolison makes a save on Stahl. And it's guided out by Purcell with under a minute to go in the period.
What an offensive play by Martin. Oh, boy. That was a tremendous play. It looked like the Lightning were going to tie this game.
Stahl hands it to Neal. Marched in front. Stopped by Rolison. Neal will go to the box. Goaltender interference, but we're not done yet. Now Stahl going at it. Kennedy got involved with Gagne. And let's see what we're going to end up with. Neal certainly is going off for goaltender interference at 19-19, and now Neal's trying to get Lecavalier involved.
Well, take a look here. As he come out there, he just came right over top of Rolison.
Goalie interference.
And it was Kennedy and Brewer that were going at one another. But it was very similar to how Malone picked up his goalie interference call.
Well, the Lightning will have a power play chance that if they need it will carry over into the third period. They scored 7 seconds into a power play chance in game 2. The deciding goal, not the deciding goal, the insurance goal that made it 3-0 at that point of that game. On the goal by St. Louis late in the second. Let's see if they can find a little late second period magic here. They win the draw. Brewer across to Stamkos, wristing it around St. Louis. Centers through Orpik, and it comes back out to Brewer. Brewer resting at the flag, but just wide. As Lecavalier got a piece of it, he got dumped by Orpik. Brewer doesn't have an angle. Calmly steps around. Adams deflected the pass and cleared it out.
Oh, what a recovery. Brewer had him beat, and it looked like they were going to get about a 5-on-3 situation. And Adams made a real nice deflection.
Great pass, Brewer to Stamkos. Lost the handle on it. St. Louis got their time to hold it in. It's backhanded down the ice. And we get the stoppage in play with 2.1 seconds to go. Well, our second intermission activities will be most interesting. Presented by GMC. Marty St. Louis will join Paul Kennedy. And we'll have Andy and Dinger's perspective. Chief on the telestrator stats as well, all coming your way. 2.1 seconds show on the clock.
I think they're going to go and look at that. They blew the play offside. And they look here.
I don't think too many folks in the building, players included, heard that whistle. And that might have thrown everything out of whack here. Guy Boucher seeing his team respond, Chief.
Well, now they let the clock run down.
So perhaps that clock stopped inadvertently and should not have stopped, and that the period should be coming to an end.
Well, I think who was yelling the most were the Penguins, so I think that's exactly what happened, Rick. It's usually the team that's getting the short end of the stick is what's going to get is going to be doing the most yelling at it, and it appeared like the players on the ice for Pittsburgh were kind of yelling at the officials. So, boy,
you come to a crucial moment of this series, and as we wait for the outcome of this, Steven Stamkos a great chance as Purcell and Lecavalier sent him in.
Boy, and to me, watch as he goes and he tries to protect the puck, and Martin just did a tremendous job of getting back there. Watch how he tries to get that foot out there, doesn't get it out there, and all Martin did was keep his stick up there so Stamkos couldn't get his stick down to get to that loose puck.
Well, that's going to do it for the period, but the Lightning with a great power play performance in this series, a chance to tie it up and stem the Penguin momentum when the third period gets underway, perhaps turn the direction of this series around. And the Lightning go to work here with Marty St. Louis, 3 power play goals in the series. He scored 4 of the 8 Lightning goals in the series. He's on with Lecavalier and Gagne up front. Brewer and Stamkos man the points. It's Stahl and Adams in front of Orpik and McCulloch. St. Louis into that zone. Gagne shooting, and it's past the glove of Fleury and off the corner boards and back down the ice.
Oh, man, you got to hit that net.
He had room. Room to walk in.
Lots of time, too. Right at the great spot, too, the top of the circles.
Lecavalier to Stamkos. Adams out on him. Brewer wristing it. Save Fleury. Rebound controlled by McCulloch. And they get it through. Brewer back to center. Adams pursuing the play. Stamkos pokes it along. St. Louis was checked at the line by Orpik. Adams takes his time.
Well, somebody's got to go after those guys. You can't sit back and wait. You get the puck, you got to pound the puck.
Penguins trying to quell the uprising here with 22 seconds left to go on the Neal penalty. St. Louis wins the puck, got it away from Letang. It's poked along to Lecavalier, sharply back to Stamkos. 2 men in front. Brewer looks that way. Dupuis is trying to cut down the angle on him. Here's Gagne. Backed up by Stamkos. Brewer, Stamkos. Penguins taking away the shooting lanes. The Lightning have attempted one shot. They can't get it in front here. Letang a block, and Neal is on. The pass intended for him. Stamkos picked it off, but Pittsburgh weathers that storm.
Anytime that, you've heard me say it so many times, Rick, when your power play is interrupted by the period intermission, the defensive team, I think, has the advantage.
Niskanen. His pass knocked down by Moore. Lundin will take it at the red line. Lightning will get back on side. Malone on here with Moore and Bergenheim. Kabina with a point shooting, deflected by Moore. Retrieved by Malone, firing off Fleury. Bounced right in front, and it's rifled off the boards by Neal. Kabina lifts it in. Lightning will go for a partial change here. Neal trying to deflect it in, couldn't, as Kabina stopped him. Matt Niskanen. You can tell they've got a lot of right-hand shots on defense. He and Lovejoy both rights. Kabina, watched by Letestu. Kabina starts it out. Adam Hall ahead for Tyrell, and the DNA line does their thing. Tyrell trying to center. It's deflected away by Asham. The line in the other corner. Thompson wins the puck. Paul Martin works it free. And Martin effortlessly steps away from the traffic and moves it ahead to Rupp. Adams racing for the collision with Hedman. Asham in for that puck. From the point, Letang shooting, and it's blocked by Matthias Olin. Asham drives it. That's snuffed out by Hedman. Letang with a try. That's deflected off the corner glass. Olin pokes it along.
That little play by Letang is what the Lightning's got to do. They stay on the blue line, the defense account longer, and they keep that puck in the zone much more often because of it.
Letang has the puck. He's pursued here by Stamkos, who had to reach around and pry that puck away. He got a little stick on the arm from Stamkos, and Letang offered a reply. And with the puck, it's Clark, and the Penguins whistle down offside. He's played 3:37 here in a high-intensity third period.
Yeah, we saw that intensity when you pointed out, Rick. You need something good to happen, and that's what gets you feeling good about yourself. And of course, that goal certainly was. The team, under 2 minutes, or under 3 minutes to go in that second period, it really got them fired up.
Neal gave it up to the Lightning defense. The pass to Stamkos, looking for St. Louis. He got bottled up by Martin and McCulloch. Brewer off the stick of Matias Ritola. Pressing for the suspended Steve Downey. Puck sent in by Kennedy. Brewer around for Marty St. Louis. Cavalier on with Gagne for the moment. Marty coming off, and Gagne had the puck just swatted away by Letang. Teddy Purcell rounds out this crew. The shot by Kennedy missed the net. Gagne comes back to take it. Edmund. Penguins sit back. Here's the pass to Gagne. Gonna curl it back to LeCavalier, but Letang blocked that. And Dupuis ahead for Connor, knocked down with a high stick by Purcell, but it deflected. Now they decide the Lightning were the next to touch it. Had it deflected off a Penguin, there would have been no whistle. You've enjoyed watching Lightning hockey in the playoffs. Next season, watch in person at this season's prices. Season ticket prices have been frozen for next season. A lot of people are going all in now. You can too. Great seats are still available. 813-301-6600 or online at TampaBayLightning.com. The places to find out more. Lundin and Cabina work together. Open on the left side, it's Dana Tyrell. Long shot. Fleury got a piece of it. Cabina back down the boards. Tyrell with it. He feeds the point. Lundin with a wrist shot. It's wide. Fleury was screened there by Thompson. Cabina with a shot. He missed the net.
Good play by Cabina to jump up in that line, though. Get up on that, on those loose pucks. Both he and Lundin getting up there, keeping that pressure, and that's what they have to do all throughout this period. Shot there, he jumps up, takes the shot, he misses the net, but again, wants Lundin jump in there. The first two periods, they were backing off on a play like that. This period, they've got to stay in there.
The Lightning have Brewer and Oland out there defensively. They work together quite a bit, killing penalties. Here's Purcell off the faceoff, went backhands it off Fleury. He had Bergenheim to deal with in the goal mouth. A good play by Oland to pinch in to Purcell. Centers in front, tipped by Bergenheim. He ends up sitting on Fleury. The Penguins move it out. Jordan Stahl. Brewer eased him off the puck. Oland gets rid of it, around for Bergenheim. Orpik back. Purcell trying to keep up with Bergenheim, who is left with no other alternative but fire it into the pads of Fleury. And the whistle blows, so the Lightning do get the offensive zone draw.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen two penalties called on goalie interference. This one here, watch here, he was shoved by Martin, not a lot, but still. No call being made, and that's very careful. That's one of the lines you got to really be careful of, because last thing you want to do is to give Pittsburgh a power play, not because of the fact that they could score. It's just that that's 2 minutes that you can't get your offense going again.
Lightning quicker on pucks from faceoff, certainly now. They came up with that one. However, the Penguins are able to force the Lightning back. Hedman pounded in there by Neal. Malone sends it out of the zone. Letang watched by Stamkos. Well, the two talented scorers of their respective teams on the ice here. Stamkos and Neal, their teams hoping they can get on the board. The Lightning need one. Down 2-1 here in the third.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right. Get a free AC Quick Check with any service. AA MCO.
Yep, you can get a great deal on every Volkswagen, including the 2011 Jetta.
Awesome.
Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick.
Even better.
But they're going fast.
So I guess this is where you tell me I gotta hurry or it's gone, right?
Yep. Going, gone. Get it? It's funny.
The Volkswagen Going, Gone event. Hurry in, and for a limited time while they last, get a 2011 Jetta for $179 a month. Visit VWDealer.com today.
Just raised the curtain on the newest and greatest Hard Rock Cafe in existence, and our poker room just got even bigger and better. The Seminole Hard Rock is a whole new sensation. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Get yourself a front row seat.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right. No credit check financing available at participating centers. AA MCO.
Guy Boucher's Bolts battling back, down a goal. We're in the third. Among the crowd of 20,000 here, the most poignant and certainly inspiring figure is that of assistant coach Wayne Fleming, to be seen in the coach's booth upstairs wearing a headset and engaged. The bench below during the action of the series, diagnosed 2 weeks ago with a malignant brain tumor. Wayne, while focused on his treatment, is offering observations on Tampa Bay's play and strategy, as he did at this morning's skate, and again tonight alongside General Manager Steve Yzerman in the booth. Guy and the Lightning players terming Wayne's presence, as we do, an inspiration to us all. Rick and Chief?
Boy, it sure is. Thanks, Paul. As Hall coming up with that puck, working with Bergenheim and Dominic Moore for the moment, and for the point, Kabina shooting. That's blocked by Talbot. Kabina poked it off Dupuis' stick. Bergenheim digs in. Letang throws it behind Orpik. Talbot trying to gather it in. That's a shift, Chief, that, let's face it, this Talbot line, that's a grinding line. The Lightning have to start out grinding this group.
Exactly. I mean, if you can get on that puck, and I think you can keep your D in at the blue line just a count longer, you're going to have opportunities to do that more often.
Moore comes up with a puck. Connor in there digging. He takes a hit from Kabina.
He's amazing to me, this Connor.
Guys like him, they've been around you. You wonder, where have they been?
Exactly. I mean, he is a tough little guy, you know. And if you see him in street clothes, you'd swear he was a jockey.
Well, his time is now, and it's not the run for the roses, the upcoming Kentucky Derby.
He is one tough guy, and he's hard to knock off that puck. He'll come out of the corner with it more times than he won't.
McCulloch from center drives it in, handled by Rolison, and here comes pressure from Letestu. He'll hold for the whistle. FoxSportsFlorida.com has the latest news surrounding your favorite Florida sports teams. Log on to find post-game video and analysis from tonight's game. Get Tampa Bay Rays post-game coverage and read why the Magic need a more balanced offense. Log on now, FoxSportsFlorida.com. Magic come back tying their series. Rays win tonight 4-1 over the Sox. The White Sox, that is. Here's Letang shooting. Stick save by Rolison. And the Lightning would love to get a win on the board here and tie this series up and keep everybody in Central Florida happy. Here's Stamkos with his pass, taken over by Adams. Now to Letestu. From Western Michigan, the Broncos shoots, a save by Rolison. Adams gets it back. Edmund checked by Letestu. Ahead for LeCavalier. Tried to send it across, but it was tipped by Adams, who's gotten in the way of a lot tonight.
He take a look at this defense for Pittsburgh. Boy, those 4 guys, their top 4 play a ton of minutes.
Hedman cuts in. A leaping Fleury took that one off the shoulder. Lovejoy leaves the puck for Kennedy. Matt Niskanen on the rush. And a good play by Hedman to force that play and slow it down. That forced the offside.
You got to make that move. You got to make sure that they get that puck up in the zone. And I think when you see how this clock is running down, you have 11:24 remaining. Obviously, you're only down by 1. You don't want to, get 4 and 5 guys up in the offensive zone to get caught. But as it goes, I think you take a little bit more of a chance to do that than you would in the first or second period.
Off the faceoff, Bergenheim getting a cross check in the back from Asham. Lundin gets to the puck, and Rupp tipped that puck out of play. He's now complaining he got a high stick by Lundin.
I think the puck got him. Well, I just talked about that. Those 4 defensemen, Martin and Mikhailuk and Letang, along with Orpik, they're averaging well over 22 minutes a game in this series. You basically go with those 4 guys, and every once in a while they'll jump in or put in the Niskanen in there along with Lovejoy.
Lightning have an advantage on the shot board here in the third, 5-4. They had the power play for the first minute 19 of this period, but Pittsburgh held them off. Really, their chances have come even strength. Martin back for it, and he touches up for the icing call with 11:01 to go here in the third period.
That's what they're doing. They're making sure that they make that play or force the Lightning to make that play before the red line. And when they do, they quickly get out their face-off guy out there, Talbot.
Well, Talbot in the series, 54% in the face-off circle. Tonight, 5 for 5 coming into this third period. Lightning have been helped by Bergenheim, unexpected source in the circle, 3-0 through 2 periods, and LeCavalier 9-8. Those are the top percentages for them. Here's a steal by the Penguins as Adams and Talbot force the Lightning back. Brewer moving it to Teddy Purcell. Moore to center. He was escorted there by Connor, and the Penguins come up with a puck.
Every time the Lightning get a puck, they harass that puck carrier. No matter what zone it is, they get on that puck carrier. They don't back off at all.
Malone into the zone, his shot deflected behind the net. St. Louis on, along with Moore to round out this crew, but away comes Tyler Kennedy with a puck. Swinging wide from the angle, firing, saved by Rosen, rebound, Neal is stopped, he gets it again, and it's blocked in front. Lightning appear to have a chance as we get the whistle, and a penalty upcoming. And Neal upset at the call about to come from Chris Lee. It looked like the Lightning had that rebound under control, but the Penguins got to it.
I think he's getting a high sticking call. Again, take a look at what as it comes in here. Rollinson, and it just goes through the legs of Lundin, and he tries to get it, and then there's the high sticking right there. He cross-checked, actually. He crosses below him right in the face. He's arguing about that. Lightning's third power play.
And they have the half opportunity to start this period. They need one here. Off the scrum, McCulloch wins the puck. He's sail it down the ice. Here comes Stamkos, he and Brewer back up Gagne, St. Louis and LeCavalier. First unit on, the pass across for Brewer. He'll settle it down. And the pass went through St. Louis. Stamkos got to it in time to hold it in. Gagne will take it. Pressured by Stahl, and he backhands it between the point men. pass ahead for St. Louis. Looking for room, finding none at that Penguin line. Harassed by Talbot. Here's Brewer. He's got Letestu draped all over him. St. Louis now to Stamkos. Lecavalier wine shooting. Picked up by Fleury. There's that rebound, but it's cleared away by Letestu. A minute to go and the penalty to Neal. Stamkos, little head fake on Adams, and he picks up speed. Steaming throw! Cutting wide and shooting. Blocked by Martin. Lecavalier won the puck. Had to take it away. It's held in by Clark. St. Louis with it. Now to Gagne. Throws it off Adams. It ends up with Talbot and cleared out. Red Clark, 6 power play goals in the regular season. Purcell, he's got a little head of steam cutting in there, but Orpik matched his speed at the point at Stamkos. Clark looks, Stamkos now over for Purcell. 2 men in front, the shot was blocked by Orpik. Moore in the slot, Malone there as well. Here comes Purcell, the pass just out of his reach. 10 seconds to go, the shot by Stamkos over the net. Picked up by Malone, trying to jam it in front. Orpik works against him. Malone can't center, Moore will take it. He finds Purcell, out of the box comes Neal. Stamkos shooting, blocked by Adams. Penguins at full strength. Clark takes the hit to hold it in. McCulloch gets to the puck, and the Penguins desperately needed to ice it. They will here. Kabina's back. This crew has to stay on with 7:51 to go in the third. Will Milesma use his timeout here is a question to be asked.
He's going to wait, I think, for a while. Now he makes the sign. He's going to use it. When Lightning got one shot, the one thing good about that power play, though, is they had a lot of zone time. So even when you don't get the shots on goal, that still wears people out.
Here's tonight's Inside Look, brought to you by Southeast Toyota.
Well, let's take a look at the goal leaders in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Marty was tied for second until tonight when he picked up that goal. Now he's tied for first with Sedin and Solani, and this is the goals that he has picked up. This, of course, was that big one at the end of the second period to give the Lightning a 4-1 lead just before the third period. Then he got another one, and then this one here to tie the game, the first game back here in game number 3. And this one here in game number 4 to put the Lightning within 1 with 7:51 remaining here in regulation.
Still time for more. Well, it's getting to be Marty time right about now. Thompson against Stahl on his face-off. They lock up, but it's kicked by Stahl. Back to McCulloch. Keeps it on the boards. And Hedman holding it in momentarily. The play backed up by Kabina. Puck relayed in by Dana Tyrell. Thompson quickly in on McCulloch. Wins the puck. Comes up with it on the backhand. Sliding it in front. Fleury had the stick down. He was wise to that tricky through the legs pass. And Kabina gloves it ahead. The play whistled down. 7:24 to go. Third period. The lead for the Penguins. 2 games to 1 and 2-1 here in game 4.
Good.
Snap out of your hunger funk with the new savory stuffed breadsticks from Dunkin' Donuts. Just one of our satisfying snacks. America runs on Dunkin'.
At AutoWay.com, you get one thing most car dealers don't give you. Answers.
That's the car for me. Can you help me estimate my monthly payment?
At AutoWay.com, our payment calculator shows you your payment options on every vehicle we sell.
Can I get a car or truck for $199 a month?
Yes. At AutoWay.com, you can adjust your terms and down payment to find the car and payment that fits your budget. Questions? Answers. AutoWay.com.
You with me? Yeah.
Snap out of your hunger funk with a warm apple pie from Dunkin' Donuts. Just one of our satisfying snacks. America runs on Dunkin'.
Our credit union is part of your community. We're mothers, fathers, veterans, teachers, police officers. We are GTE Federal Credit Union, 190,000 members strong who have lived and worked in this area for over 75 years. Our membership is open to anyone wanting a financial institution that believes in personal attention over corporate profits. Start building for tomorrow today at gtefcu.org. GTE, in touch with you and your money.
Pittsburgh up by 1. You see the time remaining here in the third period. Let's take a look at other action in and around the league. And the Rangers had a 3-1 lead, and the Capitals have come back with 2 goals in the third. Pominville's the only goal scorer in that game against Philadelphia. After 2 periods of play, they lead. Nashville behind the Ducks, with Nashville leading that series, and Detroit Phoenix later tonight.
Yeah, the Rangers had 2 goals in 7 seconds from Gaborik and Dubinsky to take a 3-1 lead, but Semin and Johansson in the third period, 2 goals in 57 seconds, answering back for the Capitals. Puck fired in by Letang. Kicked by Asher behind the net. Kovalev. Puck deflected back to Letang, back to Alex Kovalev, trying to sneak one through, does. Asham shoots, blocked by Matthias Olin. Olin has LeCavalier waiting on the boards. Sliding it back, but Gagne ahead for St. Louis, bounced in on Fleury. He'll settle it down for Martin. He's not a goalie, Chief, that's looking to cover that puck for a whistle as often as he can, is he?
No siree, boy. I'll tell you what, that clock, he can't go fast enough for him.
Brewer turns the net. Hedman angles it for Moore. Fleury trying to help out Lovejoy. He's pursued there by Bergenheim. For the puck, it's Moore trying to spin away from Stahl. And he's got the puck. Strong on the puck, Dominic Moore. Much smaller in that confrontation with Stahl, who comes back to win it for Pittsburgh. And a diving play by Orpik kept it out of Bergenheim's hands. Puck deflected in by Moore. He'll challenge that defense. Lovejoy has to head behind the net. Brewer trying to hold the point, but he's checked by Kennedy. Lightning trying to gain a territorial edge here with about 6 minutes to go in the third and work from there. Gabina has it.
Interesting thing, Rick. Pittsburgh's got that 1-goal lead, but they still are pressuring in every zone. They haven't dropped back at all.
Stamkos. And we talked about Bilesma, his response to a question about what makes them so good on the road with the 24 wins to play whistle down offside here. And he said we play the same way no matter if we're home, on the road, no matter what the score. And right now they're leading 2-1.
You can carry a lot in a box. Your stories, your victories, your reputation. Ram Box. Lockable, sealable, durable. Only in a Ram truck. Ram.
Now with your trade-in, get up to $65.60 in total values on Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn Edition with Ram Box.
Shopping for a luxury sports car? Listen to this. Fact. The BMW 3 Series has more power than any other car in its class. Fact. BMW 3 Series also has a more luxurious interior. Fact. BMW 3 Series gets better gas mileage than its top competitor. Fact. The new 3 Series is available at BMW of Sarasota for an incredibly low offer. Only $479 a month with 0 down. Fact. It won't last long. Hurry to BMW of Sarasota today. Experience the ultimate difference.
We'll never forget our run to the Stanley Cup. And this year, hope has arrived again. A truly passionate owner and legendary Steve Yzerman have brought us back to the Stanley Cup playoffs. But we need you with us too. Buy season tickets and we'll keep this year's price for both the playoffs and next season. Just call 813-301-6600 and we'll get you the best seats available. We're the Tampa Bay Lightning and we're all in.
Time for our Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. And guess what? It's that goal by Marty St. Louis. This is a tremendous play. As he put out, coming down there, just moving that puck around, taking it over Lovejoy's stick, and then putting it up over Marc-Andre Fleury to put the Lightning within 1 with 5:26 remaining. And that's our Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. Off the stick of that man there.
20,326 the attendance tonight. And the fans fired up, trying to urge on the Lightning with 5:20 to go in the third period. Down a goal. McCulloch turns the Pittsburgh net. And it's taken away. St. Louis cuts in. The Stamkos to Marty. He sends it wide. They had the opportunity they wanted and they needed against Marc-Andre Fleury. The playoff side of the other end. Want a mulligan on that one.
Oh my goodness, he does a tremendous job of forcing Mikhailuk to cough the puck up. Watch right here, he comes right here, he just knocks the puck, the stick off him. Almost like we saw in that cup here against the Islanders, and there that pass is back. I'm not sure he's weak. He expected that pass back. But here's the inline shot of it. You see the pass back, and he just directed it wide. He tried to just put it inside the post and just failed to get it there. Oh boy, you could see him shake his head. It was like a gimme putt.
Brewer ahead, off Lecavalier's stick. Sharp carom, right to Orpik. Hedman ties up Kennedy, but away comes Jordan Staal. He's got Thompson leaning in on him. Stahl's shot was deflected away. And Hedman comes back to gather it in. Pokes into center behind Gagne, and the Penguins dump it back into the zone. Shots 36-20 Pittsburgh to this point of the game. Gagne caught up to by Neal from behind. Hedman poking it free. Stahl went for the hit. Stamkos keeping an eye on that Pittsburgh defense. Lightning changing behind Stamkos. And the Penguins will use a little clock here. Adams fumbled the puck of the line.
I was just going to say, whoever thought that Dean Smith's strategy would come into the hockey rink?
I wonder if he's a Hurricanes fan. Orpik back for Letang. St. Louis on the hunt in there. You know he wants another chance. Sabina wedges his man off. Pass angled behind Marty at the line. He's checked by Adams. Martin slips it through center. Cabina getting to it. You saw he had Lundin on as his partner. That puck skipped off a player down the ice, apparently on the Lightning player, because it's icing against the Lightning.
You get chances and you get surges. Obviously, you got to take advantage of both. And right now, with the Lightning, 3.5 or 3:39 to be exact, left in regulation to tie this game. You'll probably see 26-4 out there a lot.
Lovejoy shot deflected. The rebound came in front, and the Lightning get control. Here's St. Louis to center. Chips it in. Moore getting to it. Works on Lovejoy. Hooks it in front. Niskanen had St. Louis tied up. Cabina wrists it. Deflected. Save Fleury. Scramble on. They score! Bergeron picks it up and scores! Off the scramble in front, the Lightning have tied the game at 2.
Oh boy, a great defensive play by Ryan Malone if they went into the rink, and it results in this goal to tie the game. Throw it in front, the scrum. They just kept it in there, making sure Bergenheim deflected it. There was a shot by St. Louis, and then all of a sudden, Bergenheim grabs the puck right out of a maze of players. You see it coming underneath Fleury. He didn't know where it was. Right up over top of the fallen goaltender. And it is the first playoff goal for Bergenheim. Seeing that this is his first series ever, that's his first goal.
And for all three players who should figure in the scoring of that goal, Bergenheim, Cabina, and Moore, it's their first point of this series, and that's something that they've needed. The Lightning getting more people into the attack, and they do so here at just the right time. 3 minutes to go in the third. Good play by Gagne to hold up Stahl and the Penguins. Kennedy penetrates at that line. Brewer deflected the pass. Thompson trying to get it free. Olin lobs it over Kennedy and out to center ice. Reaching in there, Orpik though. Towards that rush, it's Neal into the zone. Neal cutting the corner, centers it front. Thompson tipped it away. Letang sets up with a shot at the point. Here's a drive, saved by Rolison on the one-timer by Stahl. He gets it back. Letang Almost lost his balance, forced to center. And he'll wrist it in behind the net. Rolison allows Brewer to take it. Brewer loses Neal. Penguins go for a change. Long pass ahead. Malone handing it to a speedy Stamkos, and Martin got in his way. St. Louis in for the puck. Taken back by McCulloch. And it's sent back by Lundin and down the ice. And Clark moving it now to Stamkos. So they've given St. Louis an assist on that goal off the scramble in front that led to Bergenheim putting it in. But in any case, the Lightning getting a few more people involved in the scoring. And that's something they desperately need over the course of this series. And they couldn't wait any longer. Here's Kovalev. Cuts in, shooting. Save Rolison, he hangs on. Now Asham with a punch it more.
Boy, that's one of the things the Lightning have done very well, though, Rick. They cut off that quick goal after they've scored one. Here comes that shot. Again, the Lightning backing in more, just making, or pardon me, Rolison making sure that there's no rebound. But a minute 37 remains in regulation. We're tied at 2.
Now this man with 36 stops so far in the game. Coming in with a save percentage of .943, and he's just about on that path right now. Talbot wins another big face-off. Here's a shot by Orpik, deflected in. A shot, Rolison, a save on Connor. Race for that puck. Talbot comes in for it. He is belted by Brewer, who got the shoulder in on him. Talbot down. Now Dupuis trying to start something with Brewer, and that'll get Adam Hall involved here. Talbot still down, and the Penguins trainer coming out to look at him. He was just off balance as Brewer unloaded.
Take a look as he's coming in here. He's just getting the head down. He just hit him with that solid check. Talbot looking down at there. Boy, that's a guy they don't want to have out for any length of time.
Well, that's one of those where Brewer's 6'2", 6'3". Talbot's not very big. And he's down looking at the puck. And gets up, and it looks like he's all right. 1:22 to go here in this third period. No way Brewer was targeting his head on that one. And it looked like he hit him in the chest on the initial contact.
I think so. This has been a series that way more physical and way more big, huge hits than I think anybody expected.
Well, that's one of the dimensions Brewer has brought to the Lightning since he came on board in February from the Blues. He makes a pass here that ends up with Nate Thompson. Paul cutting through. Letang curls it away from him quickly to Orpik. Lead pass to Neal. Stretch pass with James Neal, met by Lundin. He was in good position. And the pass to Stahl, shooting, knocked down by Rolison, loose in front. Who can find it? Moore does. He bumps into Neal. 47 seconds to go in the third period. It's tapped free to Hall. Hall to center ice for the Lightning. He's at the end of a shift here. He and Moore will change. Of course, we go. If we reach overtime, it's not the 5-minute variety. Full 20-minute periods until we get a winner in sudden death. The puck stolen by Gagne. St. Louis on. The pass to Marty, tipping it through. And it's kept away from the net by Fleury. 22 seconds to go. St. Louis with it. Beating it at the point. Clark the shot. Knocked down off Malone's stick. Malone has it behind the net. Trying to get it in front. He did. And it slipped away. Kovalev has it. Can't get it out. Has plenty of time, though, and he fires it to Letestu. 6 seconds to go. Here's Adams into the zone to Mark Letestu. Forced to the boards by Hedman. Kovalev trying to get in front, and Gagne's not giving an inch there. And we do go to overtime. John Bergenheim with a late goal with 3:17 remaining in the third. At the intermission, He'll join Paul Kennedy. Andy and Dinger once again weigh in. Chief will have highlights on the telestrator. It's business as usual going to overtime as the Lightning have come back from 2-0 down. Tie this game up. Let's add another page to the book of memories, Chief.
Exactly.
Brewer and Olin. Behind LeCavalier, Gagne, and Thompson. Fleury out to play the puck. Off the glass. It ends up with Brewer at center. Brewer playing a ton in this game. LeCavalier trying to get to the puck. With it, Gagne trying to step in front. Stripped away by Letang. Out of the wing for Tyler Kennedy. He has scored in both games here in the St. Pete Times Forum in this series thus far. Neal trying to get it in front. Knocked free. Stall back four. Centered by James Neal. It was dispensed with there by Matthias Olin. The puck covered by Rolison. And we get Kennedy ending up on top of Olin.
Right now, this game has been such a heavy hitting one. And it's really hot out there. Right now, I think, you're still going to try and do the physical play, but I think that extracurricular stuff, the pushing and shuffling and the posturing is, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of it in this overtime. You got to conserve your energy for the ice.
3 members of the Lightning have scored overtime goals in the playoffs. St. Louis, of course, 3. Vinny LeCavalier had 1 against the Capitals back in 2003. And Simon Gagne's got a couple. Max Talbot with the puck. He's got 1 for the Penguins. Pascal Dupuis got 1. Kovalev has 1. That was with Montreal. And McCulloch takes out St. Louis along the boards. The Lightning object to that. This is where the officials have got to get on top of this, because as it starts, it begins to escalate. And the excuse me bumps end up with a little bit more.
This is really something. Take a look. This is a long hit well after the whistle. Listen. There's the whistle. Then you hit him there. What was that? You don't call it because he said he was sorry?
Now the face-off on the offside will take place outside the zone. Already fired up over there on the bench.
He should be. I mean, here, it's amazing. I know they keep worrying about making a call to decide the course of a game, but non-calls decide it more than that.
Letestu gets the return pass from Tangradi. With his rare shifts in this game, he's on for the suspended Chris Kunitz. Matias Ratolas played less than 2 minutes in this game tonight. Filling in for the suspended Steve Downey for the Lightning. The puck sent in by Orpik. Comes off the ledge of the boards. And Bergenheim gets involved along the boards there with the Kovalev. Letestu wins it. Now Letestu and Kovalev jammed up in that corner for the point. It's Letang. His shot is knocked down by Tangradi. Pass ahead for Moore, and he'll dump it in. Or sometimes you've got to keep those guys in mind who've been sitting on the pine most of the night when you get to overtime, as that high shot knocked down by Rolison. Penguins have it back into the hands of McCulloch. Deflected and a save by Rolison, and he stopped another try as well. Great stop by Rolison on the tip. They're not done yet. Martin stopped by Rolison through a crowd. Gagne in behind the net. Brewer chopping at it. Adams has it. Checked by Olin. He's got to let him go. Olin relieves him of the puck, and out for Teddy Purcell. Purcell on right wing, cuts through center with Gagne. He'll dump it in. They'll change. Martin turns the net. Overleads Asham. Edmund trying to play it back to Marty St. Louis at center. Now gets it to Stamkos. There's room to roam and fire, and Martin had that stick position in the right spot to tip it behind the net. Stamkos comes by for. Malone involved in that struggle in the corner for control of the puck. Adams working over Stamkos. McCulloch involved for the Penguins. Stamkos takes over. Stamkos fires it to the point. Clark quick release. It's wide. St. Louis has it. As Malone tackled in front, battling McCulloch, the puck left, and Adams will take it. They're still tangled up in front of Marc-Andre Fleury.
He's gotten away with an awful lot in this game, McKellar.
Adams into the zone, the pass out of the reach of Neal. Edmund got it loose. Shot by St. Louis up the boards to center. Letang across for Orpik. And it's sent in handled by Rolison.
He just touched it. Why didn't they blow the offside?
Bergenheim through center. Swings in. He's the hero to get the Lightning to this point. Will he get the winner tonight? Thompson back to Cabina. Shooting deflected off board. Hit him in the skates. Bounced wide. Retrieves it. They work it now to Lundin. Wristing it. Knocked down by Orpik. Orpik swings away from traffic. He maneuvers to center. Dupuis backhands it in. Orpik playing a ton in this game. 28-15 of the first 60. Brewer leads the charge for the Lightning. 26 minutes in the first 3 periods. As the puck lifted off the glass to center. Picked up now by Matthias Ohlund. Purcell digs in for it. Playing it now to Gagne with a tricky pass. Poked away by McCulloch at the line. Lecavalier only played 5:37 in that third period. Ohlund driving it in. Fended off by Fleury. He played 5 minutes here in overtime.
That kind of concerns you when you see that, boy. You certainly need Vinny's ability to score, no question, but he's been such a force defensively.
And physically.
Yeah.
McCulloch hounded by Purcell. Puck left for Martin. And it's worked free. Malone back to Stamkos. Nice move. Shooting off the face of the goalpost. As Malone spins behind the net for the rebound. Stamkos firing, and he just sends it wide. That puck was on his stick for a millisecond. It's fired back around for Chris Connor. He's got Talbot with him. They'll let it go as Lightning making that line play a little defense. They've been better at that in this game, as Talbot and company had an excellent game 3. Here's Tangradi, a physical force for this team. They'll play it toward the net. Rolison blockered it away to the corner. Tangradi with fresh legs. On the forecheck there as St. Louis will ease it back in the Pittsburgh zone. Here comes more. He's in on Letang. Makes the hit. Letestu supports the play. Drove it out on the wing. That puck deflected by Dana Tyrell, who's got to have fresh legs. And he could be a difference maker here.
I would think I mean, it's tough when you've only, especially for Rotolo, who's only played, as you pointed out, Rick, about a minute and 50 seconds. But sometimes you can put that little fresh body in there that can make a big difference.
Bergenheim in on Lovejoy. Lovejoy nearly gave it up. Letang had problems with Bergenheim. He tried to center. It's blocked by Letang as St. Louis was cruising down the middle. Stamkos working along those boards. Hardy works to come up with a puck. Away comes Rupp. Stumbles into that zone. Brewer trying to keep him off balance. In for the puck, it's Adams. Chopped away by St. Louis. Hardy's played a hefty amount in this game as well. Better than 25 minutes in the first 60. Brewer moving it now to Stamkos. He steps ahead with it. Stamkos from the blue line, wristing it. It's deflected out of play. He was heading off at a change. No media breaks here in overtime.
Well, let's take a look. I mean, Rolison's made a couple of big saves early in this first overtime period. And Fleury made a couple himself. You're going to get your chances, and hopefully you only get one and done, but the Fleuries are the ones that you get a little concerned about.
Edmund down the boards, lets the shot go. It's steered behind the net. Lecavalier around the net. Plays it back to Clark. Shooting. Saved by Fleury. Reaching out with the right arm. He got it. Kennedy back to center for the Penguins. Played well. Hedman holding that line. Aided by Gagne coming back defensively. Long pass to Lecavalier. Couldn't split Martin and McCulloch. Gagne shovels it in. Couldn't get it behind Martin. Batted away by Hedman inside his blue line so we can make that hand pass. Hedman steps up, angling it now to Nate Thompson. Dominic Moore on the prowl in there on Martin. Stripped him of the puck, tried to center. Batted away as Martin recovers. And here comes Kennedy. His pass blocked by Purcell. And Moore was not quite back on side. And the play whistled down. The draw comes back outside the Lightning line.
You're going to see chance after chance here. Watch this play come in. Lightning try to get that play right out there backhand. Here's the shot by Clark coming in, and boy, Fleury, look at how far out he is in the net. But he has that quickness, as we pointed out throughout this series, of getting back to those goalposts, even if he's out that far.
Kavina gets to it, blasted by Dupuis. Talbot tried to center. Moore gets it back. Kisses it off the glass, swept away by Connor. Lundin swats it ahead to Bergenheim. And cutting in, it's Moore, but the play's offside. And now we get Letang and Moore coming together as they bump with a whistle blowing. And a shot thrown by Bergenheim on Letang that's got to be close to the line.
Make sure you be cool, that's his thing. It'll come as they try to make sure they get that puck up the ice. Watch, here's the hit right there. But he's trying to draw everything. Dupuis was looked at by the trainer. He was hit by Kavina.
Kavina had his stick down, so he got hit by the stick. It's not on Kavina. Talbot shaken up late in the third period. Has come back. Well, the Caps and Rangers are heading to overtime. They're in overtime in Buffalo with its 1-0 lead. Final 3 minutes of regulation as they try to tie that series up. 2-1 Flyers right now as Hedman backhands it in. Letang, here comes Malone, deflects the pass, Stamkos fires across. St. Louis shoots over the shoulder, sharp angle on Fleury, and it's off the glass to center. Well, take your pick, a shooting gallery. Stamkos from one corner, St. Louis the other.
Both those guys have that ability to hit that far side post or that top shelf and the short side on that type of an angle. That's the amazing thing of it.
Here comes St. Louis charging ahead. Malone and Stamkos with him. Held up by Orpik. Letang has Kovalev waiting on the boards. Kovalev with time to walk through center, ambles in, his shot deflected away by Brewer, and it's played back by Malone down the ice, or by Olin, pardon me. We'll get an icing called against the Lightning. 10:33 remaining in our first overtime.
Well, if I'm a Lightning player, I'd be very reluctant to ice the puck because that faceoff circle is owned by Pittsburgh. But there's that shot by Marty St. Louis. We've seen him hit that top shelf so many times, and that one just caught too much in him. Got a little bit too much lift on it.
Thompson against Stahl. They tie up. Stahl kicking it. Shot on goal by Martin. A save, Rolison, and he's got a Penguin flopping over him. It's Jordan Stahl. The whistle blows.
I'd like to know how many times they've had scoring chances off a draw. There you see, Stahl just kicks it back, and then those points, they just bring that shot right away, and they have a great knack of getting it through.
Penguins a team win. McCulloch's shot is fired wide. Olin takes it off the boards to Hall. He gets it out of the zone. Penguins reorganize. Stahl plays it in. Brewer back. Around for Adam Hall. He'll deflect it out to center ice. Midway through overtime number one. McCulloch with a pass deflected by Tyrell. Brewer gets there. Away comes Thompson. McCulloch over for the puck. Saw that three-man formation they had back there defensively in support. Here's Stahl across the line. Hooking it back. Kennedy's shot steered wide by Hedman. James Neal wheeling out of the corner right into LeCavalier. Hedman takes over. Turns the net, chipping it ahead. Vinny knocks it out of the air, has it under control. He'll shoot it behind the net and around for Teddy Purcell. Fires toward the net. It's by LeCavalier. A stick negated by Letang. Here comes Connor. Connor swings in, speeding through, trying to get a shot away. Couldn't. Purcell ripped it off his stick. Dupuis back in action. He and Talbot lead the charge in there. It's centered in front. LeCavalier steals. Purcell back for the Lightning. Dupuis went right for him, and that puck ends up in the Lightning bench with 9:01 to go in overtime and a 2-2 tie. Kennedy scored a power play goal in the first. Asham early in the second. And the Lightning responding. St. Louis late in the second. Bergenheim late in the third.
Boy, look at this play right here. Vinny LeCavalier coming back deep to get that centering pass. There was everybody was kind of making sure that the puck carrier stayed behind the net, and the pass was lying right out there. And LeCavalier got back very quickly to get it out of trouble.
Well, they're going to take a little break here at this point. First whistle past the midway point of the period to shovel up the snow as they would at every media break during regulation time. Ice conditions certainly will be tested in the environment we're in. Obviously, if you're looking into the Bay Area, you know, it's high 80s today, fair amount of humidity, and as Paul Kennedy pointed out earlier in our telecast tonight, the Lightning have done a great job to do what they can to control the humidity and the temperature inside the building.
Well, the one thing that's determined on how good a job you do is that nobody complains. Nobody said anything about the ice conditions in Game 3, which was the first one here in Tampa on Monday night. And it was just about as hot.
If not more so.
Yeah.
So we've seen pucks, you know, at a certain point in every game in the NHL, you're going to see it bouncing around a little bit, but nothing out of the ordinary, certainly in this game, Chief.
No, it hasn't. You know, I mean, you know, with the speed of the game as well. And you can see Pittsburgh, though, you know, and the team and the coaching job that Bilesman and his staff has done. You know, you miss Kunitz in his 17 minutes. When I was talking about how are they going to distribute those 17 minutes. Well, I think you've probably seen Connor play a lot more tonight than you would have if Kunitz was in the lineup, and he's done a tremendous job.
Clark trying to step up, stole around him, cutting in the shot. Save Rolison on Asham. Hedman fires it out. It's controlled by St. Louis, worked away by Adams. Wow, a close moment there. Here comes Letang with speed, shooting save by Rolison. He gobbles it up. And Letang and Hedman come together.
With these young guys, I'll tell you, Roley made his best save of the game on Asham. Watch it. Why would you go not take the man there? And that time they was just trying to redirect Asham, but you miss him. And Asham hoping that he had the open net, but Hedman was there as well.
Asham hasn't missed too many opportunities in this series. He scored his third goal in 4 games to make it 2-0 at the 2:39 mark of the second period tonight.
I think he might have been looking for a rebound. You know, with Stahl all alone, one-on-one on the goalie, probably getting himself set for a possible rebound, not expecting the pass.
Well, he's had a point in every game of the series. Thompson outmuscles Letestu in the face-off. Olin couldn't get to it. Kovalev meeting up with him there. Penguins chop it behind the net. Spanked up the boards by Rolison. Moore tipping it, but right there to take it, McCulloch. He'll lift it back down around for Alexei Kovalev. And Grady pumped out of there by Brewer. And a solid hit. Away comes Dominic Moore, gets the red line. Tried to play it in off the glass, and it ends up in the Lightning bench.
Well, you had a 2-man rush, and you had 4 guys from Pittsburgh back on the rush, back in that zone. Their back pressure has been tremendous here in this game. They've disrupted an awful lot of opportunities for the Lightning on the rush. the Lightning are usually a pretty good goal-scoring team on the run.
Marty St. Louis, his 4th goal of the series, igniting the Lightning late in the second period with a dazzling goal that will rank up with any he scored in terms of his athleticism and certainly the importance with this series standing 2-1 Pittsburgh. An errant pass in front. It comes to Lundin. Puck bounced on him, got it, wristed, snared by Fleury as it went past the nose of Stamkos on its way to the Pittsburgh netminder.
I think that's the one thing that amazes people when they watch this game is how goaltenders can pick up that puck when you have to look through about 5 or 6 different guys. And it's coming at a pretty good speed as well. You saw Fleury right there, very calmly, like he was playing catch in the backyard with his youngster.
Cavalier wins the face-off, back to Olin, shooting, saved by Fleury. Cavalier playing it back to Olin. Across for Brewer, wresting it, and it's wide. Gagne reached in there for the tip. Here's a try. Cavalier trying to get it toward the net, swatted away by Fleury. Lightning using their dependable point men, Olin and Brewer, and they're not trying to score from there. They're creating a lot. Here's a backhand try by Neal, steered away by Rolison. Gagne in for the puck. Purcell waiting. Got it free to LeCavalier, but it's 1-on-2. Vinny, he'll take on those defensemen. Spun around. Orpik back. 48-27 the shots. 8-5 Penguins here in overtime. Away comes Orpik. Everybody has a chance to catch their breath for a moment. Swinging in rough, backhands it, steered wide by Brett Clark. He's got Malone on left wing. His pass disrupted by Asham as he was trying to send Stamkos on his way. So Bennett McCulloch steps to center. Off Rupp's stick. And Clark meets with force behind the net. Marty St. Louis swings away from Aaron Asham. Now to Stamkos. Sends it rink wide. Martin retrieves it. Nice turn away from Ryan Malone. Adams caught up to by St. Louis and of course the play offside.
Well, we know how well he can play offense, but people don't realize what a good defensive player Marty St. Louis has been this year. You just saw an example of it right there. And again, and he blocks a lot of shots. I think, he was upwards in the high 60s in shot blocking throughout this season. Take a look. He's down deep. He's coming back. There's Adams coming up here. He's just harassing him. That's something that Pittsburgh has done all throughout this series, and they're very, very effective here tonight, especially, is that back pressure, taking pucks away from the Lightning in the neutral zone.
No one in the league except Marty at 90 points and 60 blocks. He had 99 points and 64 blocked shots. Bergenheim in on the defense, working on Lovejoy. Wins the puck, keeps the feet moving. Trying to lose Lovejoy, leaving it now for Hall. It's poked away. Shoveled ahead by Kovalev. Tangradi with it. Letestu by his side. Tangradi goes to the corner. He'll shovel it along the boards. Here's Niskanen pitching in. They haven't seen a whole lot of him. That shot's deflected wide by Tangradi. Sabina ahead for Bergenheim. Deflects it out. Then Lovejoy driving it in off the end glass. It'll stay there along the boards for Kabina. Pop free. Kovalev with a try, and it's tipped off the glass. Letestu. Watched closely by Lundin. It's sent right through the goal mouth. Comes to Letang. Shooting block dropped in front. And the Lightning have it well covered in front. Bergenheim, though, couldn't get it out. Lightning changing up inside 5 minutes to go here in the first overtime. Sabres beat the Flyers 1-0. We'll tie that series. Talbot shot handled by Rolison. It's fed up the boards for LeCavalier. Then he joined by Purcell. But Gagne rounds out this group. Gagne with it. Circles. Finds the point man Clark. His shot is blocked. Comes to Hedman. Resting it. It's tipped to the corner. Loose puck. Talbot turns to find it. He's checked by Purcell. Brooks Orpik with it. Deflected by Connor. Clark turning to find it. Hedman long pass. LeCavalier has got Malone with him. Then he'll shoot. A save by Fleury. McCulloch takes it for the Penguins, and out he comes. Hits Stahl in the middle at center. Dropping it back, Kennedy hands it to Neal. They look for Big Stahl. His pass picked off by St. Louis. Hardy wards off one Penguin, backhands the rolling puck to center. Malone over there for it, Stahl grabs it.
Boy, you can just see the players starting to really labor here, Rick. Not a lot of whistles in this overtime.
Stahl a steal. Gives it now to Paul Martin. Neal had it bounce off his stick. St. Louis leaving it for Stamkos. Ryan Malone out with St. Louis. They're looking to change, but they can't get it in deep. And here come the Penguins. He's got Adams in front for Kennedy. It bounced off his stick, turns and fires. Knocked down by Rolison. Covers as Adam digs in. And he's grabbed there by Hedman, and Rolison vacates the area with 3:16 to go in overtime.
That was just a tired play there. The Lightning had control of it. They wanted to get it up over the red line to get it in deep, and they just didn't have the energy. And it resulted in this 2-on-1, and then the puck bounces off the stick. Then very quickly Rolison covered up, but the reason the play was made because Lightning just didn't have the energy to get it over the red line and get it in deep.
Malone coming off here. The Penguins had huddled up before this face-off. They've been very effective with plays off the draw. And more tossed out of the face-off here. It will be Thompson against Rupp.
Rupp coming into this overtime was around 70% on the face-off.
6-2. Letang trying to lose Lundin. Forced behind the net, trying to tuck it home. In the goal now, that's covered by Rolison. And he gets a whistle.
You know it's not going to be one of those real brilliant shots. It's going to be a goal that will probably be bounced around about 3 or 4 guys. You see Letang, who just came out there and did a couple quick stops and starts, got past Lundin, and there that puck just bounced off of Thompson's skate again. And only this time Rolison was able to keep that 5-hole closed.
Rolison gets ready for this face-off. This time it'll be Moore and Adams. Asham works it off the boards. Olin turns to chase. Brewer moves it along to Hall. Hall, a member of the Penguin team in 08 that reached the finals. A shot by Thompson blocked. Moore gets to it. Nice little move, throws Orpik. Knocks him down along the boards, and Orpik grabs the puck. Brewer one-hands it back for Hall. In for Moore. Orpik leans in on him. Drives into the boards with that puck up for grabs. Hall joins the fray. Hall steps away with it. Trying to pop it in front. Got it to the goal now. Getting to it, Gagne. He is taken down. A penalty to Adams here. The first penalty of overtime will go to Craig Adams. As Gagne worked to get to that loose puck in front.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, it looked like he was going to have a great chance to
27, Pittsburgh, 2 minutes trip.
They're calling it tripping, but if he doesn't go after that play, watch how the puck will roll free. And Gagne has a pretty good chance to get at it, and he pulls him right down. 17:34 will be the time of this penalty. Lightning's 4th of the game.
3rd in a row. They had one at the tail end of the second period, another one midway through the 3rd. On penalties to Neal on both occasions. Now it's Adams in the box. Lightning coming into this opportunity now, 4 of 14. Penguins, though, win the faceoff. They've been very good on special teams winning draws, and it's cleared down the ice by Martin.
I haven't seen them lose too many draws in this overtime.
Brewer and Stamkos backing up Lecavalier, St. Louis, and Gagne. Lecavalier sheds a check, rolling it back. It was anticipated there by Dupuis. He's on with Stahl to open up. Here's Stahl leaving it. Dupuis whining and firing. Save by Rolison. The rebound Went past Stahl. He had no hope of controlling it. St. Louis back. Lightning circle at center for another chance to get into that zone. Stamkos does enter with Gagne. Around for Lecavalier. St. Louis with it. Back to Stamkos. Brewer takes a look. Stamkos now to St. Louis. Up high to Gagne down low. Steps away from the traffic. Stamkos wants it, gets it, shoots it. It's blocked. They set up a wall, soccer style like, and a penalty kick to block that one. 53 seconds to go on the penalty to Adams. And the Lightning lodged up there at that line. Surrender the puck.
Power play has gone in spurts. They only had the one chance in that first game, but then they did pretty well up there. But 4 chances here, and they've only had 2 shots in the first 3.
Malone holds it in. We're under a minute to go in this first overtime. More down the boards. Checked by Letang, leaving it. Purcell feeding the point. Clark with it. 18 seconds on the penalty. Clark watched by Letestu. Around for Capina. He'll send it on goal. And Fleury the pad save. The rebound just out of the reach of Moore, and it's clear down the ice. Clark trying to get there. Does. As Dupuis forced the issue. Lightning on the rush here with Teddy Purcell swinging into that zone. Penalty's over. That try toward the net was tipped out of play by Letang. And the Penguins survived that scare with 24.1 seconds to go in the first overtime, tied at 2.
They just haven't been able to get that puck in there with any kind of consistency and getting the shots through. Pittsburgh's done a tremendous job of blocking those shots. They did manage to get 2 shots on Fleury. One there was that big rebound there that Dominic Moore just couldn't quite get to.
Something to file away for future use, perhaps. The Penguins used their timeout during the third period after an icy call. Lightning had theirs. Here's Hedman trying to connect there with St. Louis. It was checked by McCulloch. They both go down. It's tapped up the boards. Olin had it chopped free by Kennedy and played back through center. If the Lightning get stuck in a spot where they need a rest, they still have a chance to use their timeout. Time's going to run out here in the first overtime. To second overtime we go. And we'll have the 15-minute intermission. Rolison and Fleury continue to hold off the shooters. 49 saves unofficially for Rolison through 80 minutes of play. And the Lightning with 30 shots, 28 stops for Marc-Andre Fleury. As we're tied at 2 in Game 4 of this Eastern Conference quarterfinal series. Pittsburgh leading 2-1. You and a select few, Chief, are thinking about that. Well, Rolison's thinking about the next puck coming his way, and Fleury probably thinking the same thing. Rolison has made 49 saves. The playoff single-game record is 60, set by Nikolai Khabibulin against the Caps. And a 3-overtime win. St. Louis with that memorable goal to win that game and the series in Washington. We got a ways to go before we start talking about history being made by a Lightning goaltender. Brewer back with the puck around to Nate Thompson. Tied up by Stahl. Lightning get it out. Letang flips it in. Kicked away, soccer style by Brewer. Plays it off the boards to the point. Held in by Letang. He'll go for a skate with it. Brewer handles it. Ahead for Gagne, out of his reach. Lecavalier pokes it in deep. Both teams will go for changes here in the first 30 seconds of the second overtime.
I'll tell you what, that Letang has kept that puck inside that blue line a lot for Pittsburgh.
This is, well, tonight's games, I should say, the first games to go to second overtime. Here's St. Louis shooting. Fires it wide. Rangers and Caps going to a second overtime. 3 OT games before this, all were decided in single overtime. Talbot flips it out. Kabina takes it. Sharks have won 2 of those games. A dramatic come from behind win in overtime. In last night's game, Purcell, while stepping on the ice, knocked down a Penguin, leading to a shot. A save by Fleury as he makes the save on Bergenheim.
Yeah, he just came out on a line change. I don't think the Penguin player saw him. see it right here. You see, here comes Purcell right here, but because it didn't take much to knock him down. I think that was Chris Connor.
Moore and Letestu dig in on the face-off.
If that was a corner, Rick, you wouldn't have knocked him down along the boards.
Yeah, you'd have to catch that guy unaware.
Yeah.
Kovalev cuts through to take control for the Penguins. As strong as he is, he throws off that check. Finally relieved of the puck as Hedman takes it. Moore softly plays it down the boards. Niskanen over for it, and he is sent flying by Bergenheim, who might have got caught by his skate. Dangerous play there. Dan Grady runs into Clark. Dan Grady's played 15 minutes, mostly in overtime, and delivered 5 hits. Moore will send it in. Bergenheim over for it. It's by 2 forwards and handled at center by Lundin. He'll play it back in, and they're going to bring the draw all the way back to the Lightning zone. Intentional offside here as we near the 2-minute mark.
Lucky for Bergenheim, when you take a look, watch it. When he takes out, now watch the skate. Look at it, come right up there with his heel. I think the boot got him more in the face. Thank goodness, because if he gets that blade there, he's going to have a few stitches.
Ryan O'Byrne of the Colorado Avalanche had a 100-stitch cut suffered in a collision like that with Edmonton because the blade did come up and cut him, and he missed several weeks. Hall at center. Stopped by Orpik. It's taken back by Craig Adams. Lundin over for it. Asham lines him up with a check. Brewer muscling his man down low. Adams feeding the point. Orpik there. Across for Letang. His shot deflected away. Rupp comes by to take it. Back to Letang. Well, he and Orpik have both played in the 30s so far in terms of their ice time in this game. And 2 Penguins collide. Down goes Adams. Hall trying to pry the puck free. Does. And the Lightning started ahead. Late in their shift, though. And Thompson stopped at the line.
Well, they had 3 guys within 6 feet. You only had one. Warpick just stuck the stick out there and knocked the pass down.
The old single wing, Chief.
Yeah.
The power sweep. Gagne reaching back for the puck, tapping it back to Hedman. Off the boards through center over the stick of McCulloch. This will be an icing call. But this group's still pretty fresh. It's not really a concern in terms of being tired out for Guy Boucher.
I think now, you know, with the very few whistles, it's really tough to get your lines changed quickly. And I think we've seen players out there longer than this in these overtime periods than we have in the whole game.
Out in front as Kennedy reaching for it, sliding it toward the net, and Rolison was able to corral that puck with his stick and cover it up.
Well, that's something you got to address. This face-off circle has just been a major Achilles heel for the Lightning in this game, especially against Stahl. And yet, when you take a look at his percentage, it's not that high, but it just seems at key situations, key moments, he comes up with that win. Rupp has been their best guy as far as percentage-wise is concerned. Still up in the 70s.
All a right-hand shot, trying to hook it back, taken by Neal of the Penguins. He turns to go forehand shooting, and he blazes that one wide. Held in by Zbynek McCulloch. Holden keeps it moving. Martin waiting at the blue line, holding it in, bouncing it in front. It's chopped free. Stahl gets it under control. Neal the shot. He scores!
Oh, no.
James Neal fires it home from the boards. He scores at 3:38 of the second overtime. This is a guy that they've been trying to get him going offensively, and just a shot where you just wing it toward the net and let it go, and he finds room to win Game 4 for the Penguins, who take a lead of 3-1.
Well, their tenacity in keeping the puck in right there. The Lightning couldn't get the puck out at all. He just flips it in. Watch, he just shoots it at the net and high up over the glove on the short side. Again, Lightning not getting that puck. It's bouncing around. They just keep it in. And then just a very innocent looking play. And it's in there, right off their foxhole, right off the toe, or pardon me, the thumb. And Pittsburgh takes a commanding 3-1 lead in this series.
The shots end up 53-31. It's the 53rd shot that is the dagger for the Lightning in this game. First career playoff goal. He's been firing away from all angles and all distances. Finally connects, and the Penguins survive another 2-goal comeback by the Lightning. They outlast him in double overtime, 3-2. Lightning Live is coming up next.